Silver breakout alert. Something is happening right now that we've never seen before. Silver is rising so fast, the markets are decoupling and it's seeing a premium in China right now. What in the world is going on today? I have to start off by looking at silver, which is exploding higher right now. It's sitting at 76.51. It's up $4.90 on the day. This is the largest one-day gain I've ever seen for silver. It's up almost 7%.
Have you seen what is happening in England right now? Sunday mass attendance has risen by more than 50,000 people in just 1 year. Public Corpus Christi processions are once again filling the streets of London and Oxford. At Westminster Cathedral alone, over 500 adults are preparing to enter the Catholic Church.
Have you seen a rise in the numbers attending your services? Has there been a boost in congregations, do you think?
I mean, there really has, I have to say. I've been ordained for 15 years, and over that time there has been a sort of plateauing of church going, if not a little bit of decline, but certainly post-pandemic what we've seen across churches of every denomination, Catholic, Orthodox, and here in the Church of England, we've seen a significant rise in the numbers of people going to church.
Merry couple days after Christmas. It's Sunday, and we're going to go all around the world with this week's top news stories, which here's the deal. There's one big news story. It's the elephant in the room. It's the price of silver. It's so crazy. It's the topic of conversation around our house. I'm not sure about you guys. It's crazy. So we're going to get into that a lot today, and I hope that you're ready for it. But before we get into that, I hope that you guys had a wonderful and fantastic Christmas celebrating with your family and your friends, or maybe just you and Jesus. I don't know, but I hope that it's been awesome. I decided to continue with the Christmas theme because it's Christmas weekend, right? So Christmas continues. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it should go through the whole weekend. I don't know about you. If you guys missed our Christmas special, it was super, super fun. I'm really sorry we did not do a show on Friday. Leah wanted to go see Christmas lights, and then we didn't end up doing that. We did something else. I think we went and did last minute Christmas shopping. So here's the deal. And I have a video that I want to play with you guys before Leah gets here. We may have a lot of fun before Leah gets here. I don't know. Because I don't know when she's coming, and I have stuff that I can show you that's more fun than world news. But it also in keeping with it. So our family, so Uncle Jack's two sons, they're like brothers to us. So their kids are like our nephews and now step-niece. I don't know how that works. Anyway, but they're really our little cousins, and we've watched them grow up over the years, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of interesting family dynamics like we do. That's our family. So we didn't really do a family Christmas for us this year at all on Christmas Day. I think Leah and Uncle Jack and I watched a movie, which was just okay. And we made like a turkey and food and stuff like that. We didn't do like a big present thing, but our big present thing was yesterday, and oh my gosh, it was wild. So I want to play this video for you guys before we get into the world news and I really wanted Leah to be here for this. I don't know if I want to wait on it, but I want to know how you guys do Christmas. We might play it twice because I'm going to go ahead and play it for you guys. How do you Christmas? Let's listen to this lady. Let me make sure I got the right one up here. Nope, that's the cat. Hang on, here we are. Let's listen to this lady. Tell me how you guys celebrate Christmas after you listen to this. Let me refresh the page and then unmute her.
So I have just found out yesterday that not everybody opens presents at Christmas the way me and my family do. My sister alerted me to this. I told my mom today. She was shocked. She said, it never occurred to her that anybody would open gifts in any other format other than the way that we do it. And it reminds me of like when you're younger and you go to your friend's house and they give you dinner and they are having a dinner that like you've never had and you're like, wow, can't believe other families eat like this. We don't eat like this. This is the same thing. Because apparently not everybody goes person by person and gives out each gift and watches people opening them. There are formats of gift opening whereby people just get all their presents and they just open them all and nobody's looking at them. If I've spent time buying a present, I want to like watch you open your present.
Right.
So in our family, I'm the master of ceremonies. That's what they call me. I pile every single gift up and then we go around in like mom, dad, Alice, me, and we keep going in rounds until all the gifts are given out. Yes, it takes about an hour, but it's fantastic. And I know some people are saying, oh yeah, but you'd know by my face if we did that, if I didn't like it. You know by my face. I have a very expressive face. Except for the Botox. I have a very expressive face. And so, you know, that comes with it. You just have to be prepared that you're going to get a really honest reaction. I can't believe that everybody is just sitting there just opening presents without people looking at them. I want a full-scale production. And now I kind of just feel sorry for anybody who like comes to our house at Christmas or, you know, marries into our family, because you are also going to be part of what is apparently a gifting ceremony at Christmas time. Anyway, if it's cringy and embarrassing, as many people inform me that it is, I don't care. I want our family tradition of gifting ceremonies to continue.
Okay, I watched that this morning and I died laughing. Here's the thing. I have experienced her epiphany in the exact same way. It never occurred to me that other people would just open presents like that. Like, it's not that it never really occurred to me, I guess, because I've seen movies where the kids come down and they just start digging into their presents, right? And then the Cantrells the other day sent a video of their Christmas morning, and now they have 12 kids. So, okay, it may take a little while, but then they were just opening presents. And my family, my entire life, we've always done a ceremony. Like, even when my parents were married, I think we did. I know after the divorce, like the years that we spent Christmas with my dad, we still did that. Like, so I wanted to play that, because I love her accent, so it totally qualifies for world news, right? Because like, where is she from? What was that accent? I couldn't place it. Like it sounded Irish, or Scottish or something. Somebody else help me out with what you thought her accent was. But, I was like, hang on a second. So I am actually so happy to hear that other people do that, because that's what we do. Like, if you have spent time like shopping or making a gift or whatever it is that you've done, like you want to watch the person's reaction. Like, if I give you a gift, I want to watch you open it. And the idea that other people would find that cringy or awkward, I think that that's cringy and awkward. Like, that's so strange to me. I can't even imagine just like, first of all, I can't imagine anybody having a problem with that, like going around. So yesterday, when my family came over, Leah actually made them, for half of the time, participate in the ceremony. But normally when they come, we do let them just dig into it. And it's pure chaos, because what happens is I'll end up like looking at like my cousin Jace or, you know, whatever. And I'll be like, hey, did you open this? And he's like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, oh, what did you think? And he's like, yeah, it's cool. And I'm like, but I wanted to watch you open the present. Or like even the kids, like if they open a present and I'm like, oh, did you open, you know, and oh yeah, I loved it. And I'm like, oh, I missed it, because there's just so much going on. So I was wondering what you guys thought. So I'm going to read some comments here. Jewel says, that is how we open one gift at a time and it takes all day. Exactly. Like the idea that other people just like dig into presents, I can't even, that to me seems savage. Okay. It is. Let's see. Nana says, oh, I listened to the song in Royal David City. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. I'm not saying it's not beautiful, Barry. I'm just saying that it's not one that we can sing well. Nana says, we've done it both ways, and my family likes the ready, set, go method. See, Nana, I can't. Ready, set, go for real? Like, that's too much chaos. Like, Glenda says, I so enjoy watching all the reactions as we open gifts, one person at a time. Like, it's over so fast if you do ready, set, go. And then, like, you build up 364 days of the year for this one single day and you ready, set, go it? Like, no, I got to. Leah, do you need to see the video?
What?
We watched a video without you. No, I'm going to make her watch it later because you missed. We just got to get on with the show. I played a girl. Did anybody guess her accent, by the way? She's Scottish. And she's like, I think she's Irish. I don't know. Whichever. She's like, it just occurred to me. I just found out that other people open presents different than me and my family. She says, I am apparently the master of ceremonies where like I get all the presents together and I put them in a pile and we go around one person at a time opening presents. And she said that other people are now telling her that is cringy because you just got to ready, set, go it. Oh, you know, I can't even. I want to enjoy it. I want to savor it. Let's like drag this puppy out one present at a time.
I would say, I would go a little bit slower, but the kids like need to go a little bit quicker.
Well, I told
they
them
get a little antsy. Can I open the next one?
So what was funny is that Jeremy, because we don't usually ever make them do it the ceremony way. We usually let them just kind of go at it.
We usually do a couple at a time.
Well, Jeremy was like, Leah's taking charge.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. He's like, I asked, I was like, what are we doing? How are we doing this? And he's like, well, apparently Leah's in charge. And we're just, whatever. So I thought
there needs to be a master of ceremonies.
There should. And because I want to watch people open up. Listen. And here's another thing let's talk about real quick. And I don't judge people either way on this. This is just you. Y'all got to do you. My friend, Catherine, our best friend, she and her family, and maybe it's probably maybe because they're more budget conscious than we are. We are and this kind of freaked Matt out in the beginning when he first got here too, because I think he comes from maybe a more budget conscious family. I'm not sure. But like we do so many presents. Now, in our defense, we try to get them like on clearance and like super sales or like the Dollar Tree. Right? You know what I mean? Go get but we have like, so our Christmas mornings usually, well, we don't usually do mornings. We do afternoons or evenings, but it's like present galore. Right? And as adults, especially, we start buying presents for things that we need. And so it really, like back in like October, so it builds.
So like you
wait all year to get a bunch of the things that you need and then it builds.
Yeah. Like, you remember the razor thing we had? The problem we had with the razor? So we were waiting, cutting
when
ourselves.
Michelle gouged her leg out.
Continually cutting ourselves until we got
a nice safety razor, and she's been hanging on to it for months, which that one maybe we needed to open sooner.
I would say so, yes.
So we're there's lots of presents. So it takes us forever to go through like the one, you know what I mean? One present at a time. But my friend Catherine's family, they are like, you get one present for the person that you're getting a present for. Okay. Now that makes sense for like your outer circles. You know what I mean? Like get them one present. But to me, like I could never do that with the inner circle. I couldn't do that. So my cousin, Jeremy, got remarried. And apparently his wife is more in that multiple present category because we both got like 3 presents yesterday, which is not.
I got my farm hat. You'll be seeing it.
I have. I'm wearing the socks that they bought. I got a heated scarf from them. What else did I get from them? There was 3 things. Now I can't remember the third one.
A heated scarf. It's really cool. It feels amazing around your neck.
Yeah. So she apparently comes from the family where you like buy lots of presents. That's and so when the kids come over for years, I mean, one of them, they just turned 18. So for the past 18 years, so long ago, we have been doing like so many presents when these kids come over. And so now that they're older, it's super difficult because like, how do you buy for them? You want to give them a gift card, but you know that they're going to be disappointed if they don't have like the lots of presents thing, because gift cards would save us so much money than these lots of presents, and then they would feel like they got a great big gift
have
card.
a disagreement on things.
But they had so much fun opening all the presents yesterday.
They did.
And Michelle makes big gift baskets and stuff, like almost like an Easter basket, but it's just full of all kinds of really fun things. And I put cellophane in it. And you know what I did yesterday? And then we're going to move on to the world news here, except for I have like 6 tabs of Instagrams that are so fun. One of them I am going to play first before we move on. Baby Jesus.
That was fun.
This was so fun. You know what I did? So because they have multiple presents, it was a last minute decision. They were all here when I made the decision. And I snuck while they were here and hid little baby Jesus in one of their presents, including the adults. And so before the ceremony even started, I had this vest on. Yes, I'm wearing the same outfit that I wore yesterday, except for a different shirt. I had this vest on. So I pulled out a little Jesus and I said, I want everybody to pay attention before you start opening your presents. Hidden in one of your gifts in each of you is a little baby Jesus. And you know why I did this? Because you know those dog bowls that have the bumps on them so that when they go to eat, they can't just woof it down? I did this so that they would not woof down opening their presents. Yeah. It's genius. So I said, hidden in one of your presents is a little Jesus. Don't you dare lose little Jesus. So you have to be very deliberate when you open your presents. I did this even with the adults. And you got to find your little Jesus. And it was so fun. They had such a blast. And we made such a big deal about it. And then, of course, even after they opened their presents, they were even like, oh my gosh, where's my little Jesus? I don't want to lose my little Jesus. It was so fun. So I want to add that as something that you all might enjoy doing. Adding that, and it will help if you got, especially young kids that want to just like ravage into their gifts. Do what Michelle did. Get the little Jesus, hide it in the gifts, and tell them that they cannot open them all so fast because they have to be careful to find little Jesus. Let's see. Tommy says the lady on the left has had a bit too much work done. Thank
Which
you.
one's?
That's so sweet of you. Is that me or is that you? But either way,
I'm on the left of me, but on the screen, that would be you.
okay, I don't want to tell you, Tommy.
Wow, that's so great.
I want to tell you why that is, Tommy. I want to tell you why that you think that. And you know what? I think that that's precious.
Thank you, Tommy. That was so nice of you. Thank you.
I've never had anything done. I'm 42. I've never gotten Botox. Now I did put on, and I'm going to let y'all in on a little behind the scenes secret. Every once in a while, I go with the dark lip liner and the lip. Now, normally I wear my plain stuff, and it's Christmas, so I thought I'm going to put on the dark. So it looks a little heavy. I get it, okay? I do not wear makeup except for my nose. That's called foundation, where you like cake it on. Okay,
do you wear
a little blush? I have blush on.
Yeah,
That's it. I have
see
blush,
that.
but I don't have foundation. That's just my face. Let me get in close. That's my face. Now maybe the camera's hiding these. You see these? See, Botox.
You don't have those. You
Can't do that. Okay,
You
and
can't
then
do
often
it
Botox can't do that neither. Okay, but I do want to tell you why it looks like I've had work done. I was going to get into this today. Forget world news. You're just hearing Leah and Michelle news today. I have an allergy that I hate to confess because it bothers me. Leah and I have had extensive conversations, meaning monologues that Leah listens to about this.
What are we doing here today?
Sugar makes me swell up. And so my face looks like I've had, look at it, Leah. Look at me today. Look at my eyes. She hasn't looked at me yet today. I woke up today and I could barely open them because of all the sugar I had yesterday because my eyes are so puffy. Look.
You do need some help.
So that's why. And Tommy,
It's called sugar, I guess. That would be...
First of all, I'm glad that you're here because you apparently don't know us. We own a homestead. We raise pigs and chickens.
Stumble upon that. We're going to talk about silver. We are silver buffs. So we're going to buff that silver up today.
But you know how he spelled bit? He put a bit too much work. I thought as I was reading your sentence, I thought you were going to say the lady on the left has had a bit too much to drink because it's been a little bit up today. But probably from the sugar from yesterday. That's all that is. I had 3 cans of soda pop. I'm unashamedly going to admit it. It's my Christmas celebration. Stop here. No judging. Okay. I had 2 yesterday afternoon, 1 when we got back from the Christmas lights. It's Christmas. Catherine calls them sacred cheat days. Now, I knew that I was going to suffer, and I knew the back of my neck was going to start itching, and I knew that I was going to wake up looking like an Asian person because my eyes were going to be swollen shut, and it's the decision that I made. And Leah's sugar cookies.
My sugar cookies were made with honey.
I made 2 of the ones that didn't. The full-fledged sugar cookies. With the sprinkles.
It's a Botoxy type look that you've got going on.
So that's free. It's called sugar allergy. And dark lipstick. And I love you for it, Tommy. Thank you. So sweet in your rudeness.
We don't even wear tarantulas on our eyes.
We don't even wear fake eyelashes. Now, the eyeliner, a bit much. I get it, but it's my thing. All right. So, before we go on, I'm going to play one thing. One more. You ready for this? Leah's going to love this. You have your earbuds in?
Not yet.
Okay, because I don't want you to miss this.
I still don't have an earbud thing. So I
Sherry says, I love buying for my daughter-in-law because she's so appreciative of and gets so excited. That's awesome. Wicked Psych. Yeah, wait a minute. The post office found the package they lost. It was delivered to your P.O. box on the 26th. I think I got it. Is it in a tan envelope? Because I think I have it. Chris says that is an unfortunate allergy. I know. It's in the back. The worst of it, I could deal with the puffy face, whatever. The back of my neck itches and I hate that. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back here to Michelle's Instagrammies. Hope I got the right one here. Nope, that's not it. Oh, this is it. Okay, so this Jamaican woman it's her son or daughter's recording her. She's never seen snow. So let me refresh here. And then I'm gonna unmute. This is so wholesome.
Oh wow, we're okay.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere you go.
Runs to get her phone,
Take
takes
a look
mad
at
pics,
the 5 and 10.
then decides she wants to go out and experience it.
Mommy's gonna experience snow for the first time.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Now, I'm going to mute this just because the Michael Bublé song might get us a copyright, but it's super fun. You can just watch. For the podcast listeners, she's out there dancing in the snow. Meanwhile, Billy's hard shoveling in the background while she's just dancing. And it says she's going to make a snow angel, but she doesn't actually. She just throws snow up in the air. I'm going to do it again so you can see it. And she screams. And then the dad life, Jason, he just starts to get teary. So I thought that was so fun. I wanted to share that because it's totally world news because she's Jamaican. The other one was world news too because the girl had an accent. So I actually have several commercial breaks queued up, Leah, for today that I can use. I just want you to know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tommy left before he could comment back about my Botox face. I'm disappointed.
Oh no, Heather,
so I don't know that she's watching live yet, but so yeah, this is so upsetting. So y'all know Heather comes in comments. She's the one that sent us all those like printed things that she made. Super cool, like the stickers and stuff. And she did the video reaction to all of our products when she opened the box. Okay, so her husband and her son were driving down the road, and she's like, dude, people, this is why you need to clean off your car. Because the car, I think it was the car in front of them.
A sheet of ice came off.
Shattered their windshield.
Thankfully,
because of
the person had no idea and just kept driving.
Thankfully, it stayed like intact. It didn't like shatter in their faces because that would have been even like worse.
Lord mercy.
Like it stayed, you know what I mean? But that is just upsetting. Oh my gosh, that was sad.
Oh my gosh, I was just bringing up my Facebook,
praising God that you're okay.
Oh wow!
Todd says,
I'm so sorry, Jeremy.
Sprinkles make everything taste better, and that's just so true. That is terrible. We pray that it gets fixed quickly, and that the other person learns somehow a lesson. There,
need to learn a lesson. Please
clean off your car. Now, I feel like the other day, and I'm not trying to call you out on nothing. Why are you using your face dirty?
Because it's pumpkin. Oh wow. Because when I lift the pumpkins up on my shoulder to throw them in,
it's there.
I almost changed.
Okay, so I feel like the other day I said we should clean this off on the car, and you're like, no, it'll blow off. But we didn't have sheets of ice.
No,
it was just
I always
snow.
clean off the top.
Was it?
Yeah, I always do. It's really important.
It is super important. That's so dangerous. I should pull the picture up. All right, let me read a couple of comments and then. Okay, so Jewel says, if sugar makes you that inflamed, your blood sugar and liver need help. A systemic fungal issue. So I am open. I can't imagine that I would have a systemic fungal issue.
The fact that we don't do a lot of sugar. So our friend Catherine, she cut all sugar out, and now she can't eat it anymore. So if you kind of need to stay a little on sugar if you.
So because I went from being a giant sugar addict my entire life to like hardly any sugar. And so like Leah just said, our friend Catherine, she went on a 3-month sugar fast, and that fast itself made her allergic to sugar moving forward. So now she can't eat sugar at all, except for honey and stuff. Like I can eat, like natural sugars don't do that to me. It's just cane sugar that does it. Okay, so let's see. I want to just make sure we're good on the, I think we're good. Oh, okay. Heather says, Jeremy already has insurance and car rental figured out. Thanks, ladies. Oh, Heather. She says, you both look beautiful as always. I also have sugar inflammation. Fun times. But here's the funny thing, Leah. Remember how we had this conversation about how I think I may have had this allergy my whole entire life minus the itching? Because there would be times like I would wake up and my eyes would be like almost swollen shut. And I think I realize now that because I ate so much sugar as a kid that there were days when I really overdid it and then that happened. Sharon says, my mom always did piles of presents for everyone. If the one pile got higher, she had to get another present to even out the piles. My daughter started asking for gift cards in college. Oh, I hate that. I hate the gift cards. I don't want to succumb to doing the gift cards. I just really do not want to do that. We have a little bit, but not to the extent of what Leah wants to do.
Do you want to see a commercial that's not world news that will make you cry?
Is that the one that Barry Johnson shared? Benny Johnson, whatever his name is.
Everyone is sharing it.
Okay.
Do you want to see it?
Why not?
Okay. So you need to Google Chevy Christmas.
Oh, another Chevy. Those Chevy people.
So I am not a big fan of GM, even though we're a GM family. And my grandfather was an accountant for GM.
Right.
Mostly because we had 2 Buick LeSabres and they were just poop. And Chevys seem to fall apart. But I do know that the Tahoes and the Suburbans.
This is a month old. It's not just now getting.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen this. You haven't seen this?
I have, but other people haven't.
We didn't play this on the show?
No.
Oh, okay. We can play it. No, it's really a tearjerker.
Go get some tissues.
No, this is worse. It's literally the worst commercial ever in my life I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Found it.
Are we feeding an army?
Pies are in the fridge. Hon, did you get the casseroles?
Yeah, back seat.
So you see a couple that's supposed to be older. They're not. They made them older. And then she has a memory of...
Come on, careful.
What is this, the 80s?
Where's the dog?
I already got my hands full here.
Willie!
Oh, no, they knew
the dog. What they did was... They brought in the dog.
They brought in the dog.
If they hadn't done the dog, like, I would...
Quintessential, like,
don't keep all the good stuff to yourself.
I was just thinking about the first time that we did this drive.
No.
The great diaper explosion of 1992. Uh-oh. The Christmas tree farm.
Don't even.
This the one you want? You got it?
Got it.
Tied himself.
We've done that, actually. In a car.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Really happened.
You actually said, I will turn this car around right now.
I was going to.
Yeah.
Dad, we gotta go, please. Dad, just stop by you, please.
The last time we did this together, you remember?
I don't want to go back to college. It's okay. It's going to be okay. He doesn't even like me.
That guy's not even cool enough for you anyway.
Dog.
While the cracks of his skin
the tree to see.
They
never made it easy, did they?
To make those drives.
Well, did you want it to be easy?
No. I wanted it to be just like it was.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Hello. Oh, no. You guys just get in?
Yeah. Who's this little guy? This is Waylon.
Oh, we got
You look like
another
an old
puppy.
friend of mine. Come on in. It's freezing out here. Yeah. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Planted the seeds.
Why would you play that again?
I don't know.
Tree to see.
You're all crying right now
I know.
on our show.
We're getting ready to talk about Silver. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That was wrong that you
You
did
know,
that.
and all the woke ads. So like you see like the gay couples and you see like the clownery. I mean, Jaguar did some sort of like eclectic Van Gogh deal. You know, for me, that is going to make me think, yeah, that Suburban is going to last. What was that? Let's say they got it in 25 years, maybe. Maybe it's no, actually 35. I'm doubting it. I
think the reason why people liked it, besides obviously the family, is that they didn't advertise for a new car.
Yeah.
It was just an advertisement for Chevy in general, which they needed to do something like that because like most of us don't think of like cars that last. We don't think of like Chevys. However,
Do Suburbans last 35 years? Yes, it depends on how you diligently you took care of them, making 30 plus years achievable with exceptional care. People are all asking this, you know, are they really going to last 35 years?
So I don't think, here's the thing. I'm not like thinking that the new ones will.
No, I'm not thinking it either.
You know? And here's the thing that I'm sure I don't know what year that Chevy is supposed to be, but like, I don't feel like they looked like that in the early 90s.
Did they? Mm.
You know? I mean, our dad bought a Chevy Tahoe that was like, what, a 1998?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked, or 97, and it looked like way different than that. And that's supposed to only be like 5 years later?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Wow, we're already on a different path today. Okay, you're gonna bring up my tabs?
Yeah.
We're going to switch gears. We're going to play the this polar plunge here in the UK. This is going to make us laugh when other people are crying over ads. This is in Wales. So this is the Tenby's famous Boxing Day swim. And everybody dresses up and temperature between 5 and 9 degrees Celsius.
But did you open that or is it just in your messenger?
It's right there. It's right to the right. Right there to your right.
In the Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, hang on a second. I have to switch screens on us here. Give me 1 second. Now we're just recovering.
Who's ready to do a polar? After that, I need to go do one. I would do it.
I would not do it.
I would do it. I would definitely do it. Now everybody's seeing.
This is your history. Well, they're seeing what you're about to open up.
That's so funny.
On. 1 second.
Wait, did you want a screen share already?
I have to in order to switch the screens here. If you don't want it on that, I mean, Leah still to this day does not understand the process of the system that has to happen. So when you can get me your tabs ahead of the show, we don't go through this.
It doesn't happen though.
But you weren't here and we weren't ready and Michelle opened up tabs on her own and I played my own show. We don't need you.
I see. I got you.
All right, hang on.
I'm with you.
And then everything's been glitchy lately. Of course it is.
We're slowing down.
So it's like we're like the car.
We're like the Suburban. What we didn't see is the Suburban on the side of the road on a couple of those trips.
Yeah, exactly.
Needing a little help.
Here we go. Let's refresh and unmute. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Record-breaking numbers.
Maybe because is it warmer? No. See, because here's I'll wait my commentary till it's done. Maybe I'll just okay. Here's the problem that I have.
It was pretty warm that day. It's like 48 degrees.
Okay. If I'm going to do a polar plunge, I want to go in immediately and then get out. These people are having to walk through ice cold water behind a crowd of people to even get to the place where then you have to just kind of like sit down or something. Like that's not.
You're going to feel really good. It's going to help all the Christmas stuff detox from your system.
The sugar.
It's going to get out. Yeah. One dip like that.
Yeah.
Whole day of bad food wiped out.
Before or after?
After.
You have to do it after.
Yeah, after.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a cleansing afterwards for sure.
Okay.
It's a cleansing. Let's go over here to Madrid. Hundreds of thousands of Spanish Christians pour into the streets of Madrid, fearlessly proclaiming Spain a Christian nation.
Oh, wow. That's so many people. Wow. I love that. That's beautiful. That's so cool. Man, the podcast listeners today, you're missing out on that one because that's really
There's
quite
not
the
much
sight.
to listen to. We are just going at it. All right, go to the left. This one was great. This one was from a Michigan jail. Inmates join hand to recite the Lord's Prayer on Christmas Eve.
Stop it.
I saw unity and hope. I saw people choosing something better for themselves and for each other. When this happens, communities are safer and generational incarceration is broken, says Sheriff Swanson of Genesee County Sheriff's Office.
Wow. Come on. That's so great. Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
You know, it's one thing, like the Lord's Prayer is something that God gave us all because
Amen.
we need something that will draw us all together, right? I'm not sure if you.
So Condi says that Chevy was an 83 or an 84.
That's
what I
lasting.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
lasting.
There was no way
40
that
years.
was right. Uh-huh.
They couldn't find a 35-year-old one. All right, let's go to the left here. We're going to Moscow. Russians are happier than ever before. Shops are beautifully decorated.
wow.
Russia is a strong voice in the world. So we don't need to play Last Christmas, but you can
No.
see it. Man,
That's
that's
so
just
beautiful.
something. Wow.
My gosh. That's amazing.
All right, skip one and then go to the next one. This is dramatic scenes from Ukraine's battlefront here. This is their Bukovel ski resort. Because nothing says a nation at war like a packed ski resort.
Leah.
While Zelensky asks for more money.
No. Oh my gosh.
Looks like everybody there has expensive ski gear because they're taking your money.
I got it. These are just the oligarchs and their families.
And you're probably right. And there's a lot of them. Like it's 90% oligarchs in Ukraine because they all ski gear. Listen, ski gear is expensive.
It is. It's very
if
expensive.
you can afford these $300 or $400 jackets,
Yeah.
there's no war happening.
Right.
Like this is an expensive endeavor.
Sure.
By the way, no matter where you're at, right? Rich people, skiing is a rich people pastime. All right, I took a walk on Red Square in Moscow on Christmas night. Families, couples, friends, young people, no drunks, no addicts, no gangs, no threats of violence. Just
Okay,
this
but the
is
snow though, like is so beautiful.
this is like Christmas on steroids.
It's so beautiful. I'm gonna mute the music. I'm sorry, guys. I just have my own background music I can play, but that is amazing, and I just love to see like how they're all dressed so warm, and one lady has like a scarf on, and they're selling the
Real
fur
fur.
hats.
So we have been there where they sell real fur hats. My Uncle
We
Jack
bought
still has.
them.
We had those
They were the
pom-pom hats.
greatest.
We had real fur hats from Russia, and they were not expensive.
Yes.
When we went there, like in the late 90s, they were like $20, $25, right?
Yeah.
For a real fur hat.
25,000 rubles.
Well, 5,000 rubles was $1 then.
I thought it was $5.
No, it was $1.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's just so beautiful. So this is like your Christmas market show
Russia.
extended. Yeah.
And that's Red Square. So I know I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this was not all built up. We have been in Red Square. My Uncle G, he started Procter & Gamble in Russia in the 90s. So we went in 1995 for the wedding because he married his interpreter. My Uncle Jack, who lives with us, right there in front of that building, right to the right, my Uncle Jack had a seizure and bled in Red Square. We did not take him to the doctor.
No, they
take him to the hospital. Okay, they took him to the hospital. So we experienced that. We didn't go. But my Uncle G, he lived a 5-minute walk from there in this high-rise
We were there for 2
apartment. The inside of the stairwell looked ghetto, but when you got in there, it was,
apartment
a
was really nice.
2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, with a very big high ceiling living room, very big living room.
Yeah.
And then a dining room and a
No,
decent
it was really big. It was like the size of
kitchen.
a really big house. It was the size of a big house, like the apartment was.
Just one, but it was one
Like
floor.
a one floor. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been there. That's why we go back there because it's nostalgic. But like, if we were to go back there, we wouldn't.
Not what it is.
It's not
They
nostalgic.
all know what it is. We are agents for Putin.
And we get no money.
Really Russian.
We get no money.
We are agents of Putin.
It's the only cool
we get
thing
big checks in mail.
that out of
We
this
influence
it's
U.S. election.
the only time I've ever left the country. Not even we've never even been to Mexico or Canada.
We tried to go to Mexico.
We were we were Madam Morris.
We didn't get in because I didn't have a driver's license and we were afraid
But we
I
did
wouldn't be able to
drive
get back.
all the way down the whole distance of Texas.
Right.
All right. So let's go to the next one. Nope. That's still silver. Are we on silver? Let me see if I have any cool things. I have no more cool things.
I do. Do you want to wait and save mine till the end?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, let's go over here. Let's go to this one. Church leaders up and down the UK are reporting massive surges in attendance across all denominations. This is this is what cheers my heart, particularly among young people. You know why? Because you need, and we talked about this on Healing for the Fractured Soul about the guy who made it through Auschwitz for 3.5 years. Normally people died in 6 months. He had to find a purpose. So he kept telling himself, my purpose is to see. So every day he's like, I am going to record what's happening. I'm going to tell people on the outside what's happening. And then later on, his purpose was to help heal people from that trauma. So if you are in a traumatic situation, or if you're in, you got to find purpose. But this is what we went to the zoo last night, right? And those animals that are in like the little tiny like things just to look at them, I feel so bad for them because they lack purpose.
Yeah.
We went to the ape area and that was a lot bigger. It had like high ceiling. So like I like the zoos where the animals can still feel like they have purpose.
Yeah, it's called wildlife.
Yeah, right. So I'm not a zoo fan, I'm going to tell you, but we went to see the lights.
We haven't been in 13 years. And
But
it's a big
it was
thing.
funny
The
'cause,
Cincinnati
like-
zoo is huge, by the way.
All the exhibits were closed anyways. Most of them, like we only saw like the bugs were still there.
And we were there so late that everything was asleep. Everybody was sleeping.
We did see, I will tell you the cutest thing we saw.
The fox?
Was the hippopotamuses.
Oh, yeah, that was really cute.
You're not supposed to do this, so don't do this. We shone the light in through the glass underneath the water, and we saw a giant hippo, leaning and laying on another hippo. How do you make sure that they don't get overweight?
I don't think
How do you
that's
manage
possible.
their-
Well, first of all, I think they eat a vegetative diet. Do they eat fish?
I don't know.
So here's the thing. I guess they probably do. But
Yes.
this is my description, and I said this last night. I understand hippos now.
They're just big
They're
pigs.
water pigs.
Mhm.
They're water pigs. They're pigs that live in water, essentially.
They breathe underwater or something.
Do they? Or they
Well,
just
he
hold
was
their breath for a
underwater.
while?
They just hold their breath.
I bet.
How do you sleep holding your breath?
That's not how that
It's
works.
like a dream.
No, because there's a lot of like partially amphibious things. That
I don't know
just have,
much
like,
about
a long
them.
way to like.
I haven't
like
researched
they can
them.
hold like they don't need to breathe as often as we do.
So
because they're not amphibious because they don't breathe through their like gills or.
So when we
anything
were
like that.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we went to their zoo one time, and I was really impressed because like their cat section for the lions and tigers was huge, like they could run, and that I feel is much better. I'd
Yeah.
rather like be in like a compound. Anyways, you as a human are not designed to be a fish in a fishbowl.
So what Leah was getting at
you
back
need
to
purpose.
the story at hand is these people are flocking to the church
because they need purpose.
Because they need purpose.
They're breaking out of the zoo.
They exactly.
To church. Have you seen a rise in the numbers attending your services? Has there been a boost in congregations, do you think?
I mean, there really has, I have to say. I've been ordained for 15 years, and over that time there has been a sort of plateauing of church going, if not a little bit of decline, but certainly post-pandemic what we've seen across churches of every denomination, Catholic, Orthodox, and here in the Church of England, we've seen a significant rise in the numbers of people going to church. Last Christmas, here we had nearly 2,000 people through the doors. Only a few years before, it was knocking on at 400, 500. So we really have seen a huge growth in the number of people going to church, particularly young people, actually.
You got to be
That's so
excited
interesting.
when
And
you're
you say
performing in the choir and more people are there.
post-pandemic. Do you think that that's part of why people are going? Are they seeking community when they were cut off from their loved ones and friends and anybody? They were completely isolated in lockdown. Do you think that's why people are seeking out connection somehow?
I think that is one of the big parts of it. I think post-pandemic there's been a sort of reset in society. People are thinking about things that really matter to them, the values that make them who they are. And of course, the Christian faith offers community, it offers purpose, it offers morality, it offers a sense of identity, which is linked not just to individual thought, but to a wider community of.
Oh, I don't have the longer clip.
I can find it. Want me to go get it?
Yeah, because there's more. But I like that he was very gently, kind of steering her away from. It's not just these young people are not looking for community. They're not looking for a place to hang out. They're not looking for friends. Honestly, they're looking for purpose. That's a minute
to church.
40.
Have you seen?
I thought I had a longer clip. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, that's probably it then, because yours was about as long.
Okay.
But still, like, I think that the resurgence back to church is a lot of the things that he listed. People don't have identity anymore. Now, I'm not saying this, I don't want to sound worldly because I don't mean it that way, but like, even in like hobbies, people don't have hobbies anymore. Nobody, like people often like, I'm known as, a violinist, or I'm known as a person that loves to golf or something like that. Like, I just feel like all of those types of things are so diminished because our lives are so like rushed. We go from thing to thing to thing. And so I think that people are feeling so empty that they're actually seeking the only thing that can fill. All those hobbies don't actually fill. So I'm glad that, but I think that that's the easiest thing for some people to, if they can identify that they are missing an identity, they're not going to go to a hobby to find that. They're going to go, okay, I think I need something much deeper.
So my little cousin Caleb, he said that when we were looking for the little Jesuses, and it was like a mission, and they all had to find him. Like poor Caleb, he got through all of his presents, and he was down to his little basket, and he's like, I haven't found it. Like he was like really down.
So I have to tell you something.
What?
I don't know where his baby Jesus went. When he said that, when he was opening his big present, I pulled the baby Jesus that was in my vest pocket and I put it in his little bag that he wasn't done going through yet to make sure. I was like, this kid's going to have a baby Jesus. I don't know what happened to your baby Jesus because I know I put it in your basket, but you are going to have a baby Jesus. Maybe he ended up with 2. I don't know. Okay, but I made sure that he had. And then he found, when he went back to that basket that he was working on, he found his baby Jesus.
I love all those flowers in your hair. Those are awesome, by the way.
So I don't have a green one. It's kind of like a bluish green, and I wanted to have red and green.
Okay.
See, you're wearing green now compared to your green. My green looks blue, but it in real life, tell them it looks more greenish.
It's a little teal. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
flower.
deal. So yeah, he he said that the Christian school that he did cross country with,
Yeah.
they gave each kid a little bag, and they all got a little baby Jesus there. So it's a thing. It's going around.
I'm glad it's going around.
It's a little bit like the "What Would Jesus Do," bracelets, but I think it's a little different.
I know this sounds weird. Back to the purpose though. With this little Jesus, there's something about it because yesterday everyone was genuinely it wasn't the excitement of finding the thing. There is something to it because even Trish told me that story before Caleb told it to you when I brought this up. And she was like, and he loves this little Jesus. There's just something about it. So I want to encourage you guys that since people are seeking out a little Jesus, society is,
I feel
you can
like
only go so far down before you have to come back.
Like the "What Would Jesus Do" took off and it was great, but like the little Jesuses represent like a different aspect because the one is like you acting like Jesus. And the other is you needing Jesus in your life, like filling a part of your soul, and like, so you do, like, you see the little Jesus, and you're like, oh, Jesus is watching.
Jesus
is watching.
So I do actually have another clip on this if you want,
okay.
that we can go back to. It's a short that I found.
Not going to have this conversation with you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay?
I just want to let you know the Lord loves you, but
the Lord loves you too.
But
that is not it. Where'd we go? Did you watch that today already? Oh, here. This is the one I want.
Have you seen what is happening in England right now? Sunday mass attendance has risen by more than 50,000 people in just 1 year.
Wow.
Public Corpus Christi processions are once again filling the streets of London and Oxford. At Westminster Cathedral alone, over 500 adults are preparing to enter the Catholic Church. Many claim England is abandoning faith, yet the Eucharist is drawing people back. Jesus said, "My flesh is food indeed, and my blood is drink indeed." John 6:55. St. John Paul II taught that the Church draws her life from the Eucharist. Could this be the quiet revival no one expected? Have you seen...
Go ahead. Do you have any thoughts on that? Because that was a specific one to the Catholic Church, which is not the Church of England. They've gone
a lot of young men are going to the Catholic Church because they find structure and they like kind of rules, and they like to have not the willy-nilly Christianity that, you just kind of got to read and figure it out yourself. You want somebody to tell you.
I think rules is the wrong word.
I like rules though. Rules
so
is
what I
a
mean
word.
is, I think what they're seeking is, you used it already, is structure. People like to have parameters. You don't want to like, so if we drive on the road, right? We could probably figure out about where to drive, but it's a lot easier to drive when the lines are there. And you could, like, when you go on these backcountry roads and there's no lines and it's just like, you just feel like sloppy. Okay. So what happens is these people have been given carte blanche in life. Like, you can be whatever you want. You can act however you want. There's very, very few societal guidelines that from a moral standpoint, that you should stay within. But it's literally been reduced down to, you cannot rape people and you cannot murder them, and you're not supposed to steal. That's it. I mean, I'm dead serious. So the moral code of society, especially in America, has been reduced. You can quote me on this because I just invented it, but I think I've hit something very helpful for you to be able to tell people. The moral temperature in society has reached almost frigid because the only warmth in our guidelines is don't murder somebody, don't rape them, don't steal from them. That's it. Everything else is fine. You can even commit adultery now. It's not really that big of a deal.
Well, it reminds me of this article that I'm going to show you guys, and I'm trying to bring more positive news to you. So just let you know that that's what we're doing moving forward. But we're going to talk about China and China's hold on silver and the kind of metals war that we are having between the United States and China and Russia, even because China produces, 151 million ounces or something of gold, maybe more. I don't know exactly. I have to get these numbers right. But China is putting a stop on exports without a license of silver. And there is a trade war happening. And we're going to talk about if silver is going to keep going up, if this is something new, strange, whatever. This is new and strange. So you mentioned that Russian guy who started Telegram.
Oh, yeah.
And how he had how many kids?
It was like I can't remember. Does anybody remember?
50 or something?
No. It was like 1,000. It was either 100 or 1,000. It was something. It was some crazy number. That's
so
not
he's having
possible.
them via surrogcy, right?
Yeah.
He's not actually sleeping with these women.
No, yeah.
So Chinese billionaires are taking our money that you like every little Chinese thing we buy. They need to buy something. So you know what they're buying? They're buying kids. Chinese billionaires and elites are increasingly using the United States' permissive surrogacy system to have large numbers of children, sometimes dozens or more, according to allegations made by Chinese media. The surrogate children became U.S. citizens through birthright citizenship. According to Chinese media, the Chinese gaming company Douyi Network released a statement on social media disputing a report from the Wall Street Journal saying that Zhu Bo, Daiyu's founder and chairman, fathered potentially more than 100 children in the United States via surrogacy. The statement said he only had 12. Zhu's company later issued a statement on social media acknowledging that he had more than 100 children born via surrogacy in the United States. The Wall Street Journal cited court documents saying that in 2023, Zhu petitioned a Los Angeles family court for parental rights over 4 unborn children. During the proceedings, the judge determined that Zhu was already the father or in the process of becoming the father of at least 8 children through surrogacy. Zhu, who was in China at the time, appeared at a closed-door hearing by video through an interpreter. He reportedly told the court he had hoped to have more than 20 U.S.-born children and expressed a preference for sons, saying boys are better suited to inherit a family business. Zhu said the children were being raised by nannies in the United States while awaiting travel documents to China. He told the court he had not yet met the children due to his work commitments. Amy Pellman, a judge overseeing the case, reportedly ruled that surrogacy is intended to help people build families, not to facilitate large-scale reproduction beyond the scope of ordinary child rearing. In a rare move, she denied Zhu's parental rights petition. The Epoch Times cannot independently verify these. Zhu was a former senior executive at China's online gaming giant NetEase. His personal fortune is about $3.9 billion. The case has drawn renewed attention in China following social media posts by Tang Jing, described as Chinese media as Zhu's former girlfriend. In a post published on Weibo in November, Tang alleged she had helped raise 13 of Zhu's children in Japan, including 2 daughters she said were born naturally to the couple, and 11 children born through surrogacy using donated sperm. Tang alleged that Zhu had no fewer than 300 children. Although Zhu's company rejected the figure of 300 children in a statement, he called himself China's #1 dad. So we've gone from 1 child only to 300. Like, China, do you not know how to do things? Like, is it all or nothing? Like, you're like the bulimic country. We're going to you're either going to starve yourself or you're going to eat and then throw up. This is disgusting. Zhu's case is not isolated. It looks like one former executive of XJ International Holdings paid large sums to obtain eggs from American models and musicians and used surrogacy to have 10 daughters. The supposed goal was to groom the children to be for future marriages into powerful or influential families around the world. Online discussion of the case briefly surfaced in China in 2021 before being quickly censored. Some senior Chinese officials have also been linked to overseas surrogacy. In 2023, the Financial Times, citing 6 anonymous sources familiar with the matter, reported that former Chinese Foreign Minister Xing Gang had an extramarital relationship with a Chinese state-owned Phoenix television host and that they had a son born in the United States via surrogacy. So this is
It says a
insane.
single surrogacy arrangement could cost anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000, according to the American Surrogacy. Most states do not prohibit foreign nationals from using surrogacy services, and many court proceedings related to parental rights are sealed. There is also no comprehensive mechanism for sharing surrogacy-related data across states, creating regulatory blind spots.
Let me explain something.
Wow.
You cannot, in America, carry a child for someone else.
You can't anywhere do that, by the way.
That child is your child. Now, I recognize that it's done in the Bible. There's a lot of things done in the Bible that God does not.
And we see how that worked out, don't we?
Yes.
Didn't work out very well. So we waited for the whole article to figure out the point, because the entire time that you're reading, I'm like, but why? What is the purpose? So and I can't believe that this would be the only reason why they're doing this, but it's supposedly to marry these children off to other foreign nationals around the world to gain connections.
So your mother is always going to be your mother. And I made a post on Facebook that your child stays with you all the time. And we have a friend who was dying. She's like in a wheelchair. She was going blind. And she told her fiance, you don't have to follow through. You don't have to marry me. He went ahead and married her. She got pregnant, and the baby actually healed her body. Now she still has residual things now. But this was like 15, 16 years ago. And for years and years and years, all of her symptoms, I think she has MS, were gone because the stem cells were regenerating and regenerating. During pregnancy, a small number of the baby's cells naturally pass through the placenta and enter the mother's blood circulation. You can read this here, this phenomenon.
It's called a fetal microchimerism. Allows tiny groups of these
chimerism.
Of these fetal cells to settle in their mother's body and persist there for decades following childbirth. What makes this particularly fascinating is that many of these fetal cells function similarly to stem cells. They can travel throughout the body, integrate into various tissues, and in certain instances, respond to sites of injury. Studies conducted over the last 20 years have detected fetal cells in areas undergoing repair, such as healing heart muscle, regenerating skin, recovering liver tissue, and other organs involved in regeneration. Some of these cells seem able to differentiate into the specific cell types required for repair. For example, becoming cardiac, muscle cells, liver cells, or immune cells. Others may play a supportive role by secreting substances that promote tissue healing and dampen inflammation. While their effects are not entirely predictable, fetal cells are repeatedly found in tissues actively engaged in repair. Wow, that's awesome.
So saying that you're actually take your child with you. Yeah. So you really cannot have another mother. Being raised by a nanny, we know is not right. And so this is the world that China has created, and our reliance on cheap goods made in China, which allow for big Christmases. And, you know, the era of 1 or 2 gifts needs to come back.
I agree with that.
The era of valuing something that's handmade, valuing something that lasts for like forever or a long time. Raise your hand if you have something from like, what's not Land's End, the other one.
It's escaping me.
You guys,
LL Bean.
LL Bean. You know, LL Bean, they used to have like a lifetime warranty on their products, but people have been returning them too much. Like their book bags were like guaranteed for life, and things were like Craftsman tools were guaranteed for life. We have taken many a shovel back in that broke. Things should last a very long time. They should be made with love and care. And they're not. And they're not in China, and they don't care in China. And I don't mind saying this. It's because they lack God. They are an atheist, a forced atheist country. That when you don't have a set of morals within, they are imposed upon. And so you do what you can to get away with what you can, because all you have to do is make sure no one's watching.
Yeah.
It's very much like Santa Claus.
So they have lifted their 2-child policy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just you can have as many children as you want now, or is it limited to any? It was a 1-child policy.
Obviously, something is going on here if you can have 300 kids.
I'm just wondering, like, what does China say about this? And if they're, like, are they wanting... I mean, surrogacy oftentimes just puts an egg, a fertilized egg and sperm into a host body.
A fertilized egg is a sperm.
Well, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's a fertilized egg into a host body.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm wondering, like, what are these people putting their own in there? Like, what is
Sounds
going
like they're
on?
not. He said donated.
That's crazy.
And then they're trying to get eggs from models and supermodels.
Do these people look like, are they Asian? Are they American? I'm just so confused.
That's a good question. Yeah. Okay.
Here we
You're
go.
not ready for this. I'm not ready for this.
I'm ready.
price of silver has exploded. I was not on the internet. I didn't get on my phone all day yesterday. It was great. And
Praise
then
the Lord.
at the end of the day, I popped on real quick and I was like, what in the wide world of sports is going on around here? Dr. Sherry had sent us a link when it was like 79. I posted that on Facebook. If you guys know that silver, a 5-day silver price went from 66, I believe it's 81 today. I have to check because it's going up and down. People are
they don't usually update the silver price in America on the weekends.
Yeah. So silver going to 66 last week, that was an all-time high. It was an absolute all-time high. It was crazy high, to which I thought to myself, let's wait till it goes down to buy some more. That's what I said, because there usually is a up and like there's like a down, but you never know where the down is going to be. We're at this kind of you don't know. So this is not investment advice. But
please,
I will.
Can we say that one more time?
This is not investment advice because I don't even know how to advise you. I can say this. It might go down. It might go down some. But I'm going to give you the reasons why it's probably going to, from what we're looking at, find what's called a floor. I like to buy silver at a floor. Okay? Silver at a floor means that it's been resting there for a while, and silver stayed at a floor for many. Oh, what's going on?
On Facebook, our video got blocked at some point. I don't know.
Probably the Chevy ad.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're gone off Facebook, period.
I don't even know if we're on YouTube. I didn't check. No,
I wondered if this Chevy ad would do it. This is blocked.
Well, it's back now.
Okay.
I think so. I do want to read some comments from the previous stuff before we move on to the silver, just so we don't get ahead of ourselves here. Donna, I love your comment here. Get rid of birthright citizenship. Problem solved. Wicked Sykes says, we have churches in my state that have removed Joseph, Mary, and Jesus and put a sign that says ICE was here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Barry says the Church of England is a joke in the UK now because they are not sticking to traditional religion and are welcoming and supportive of Islam. Nana says a Russian woman tried to buy a child from a family shopping at Costco earlier this month. They thought it was a joke, but she was dead serious. They never caught her. Wow. Oh my gosh. Off and on says at Costco, wouldn't she have to buy a 2-pack? That was a funny joke. Jules says so many issues in women get better or reversed during pregnancy. Have even read of cancers being reversed during pregnancy. Aunt Gail says my friend with MS could walk by herself when she was pregnant. Not so after giving birth. She was too weak. Barry says, Michelle, I have to correct you with the surrogacy statement you made. It is legal in the UK and some Europe nations, but it is heavily regulated. Sherry is moving on to silver. She says, I didn't check it today. It's over 80. OMG, it's 81.50. Sherry says, I saw a video that it may dip tomorrow. Here's the thing I want to advise you guys on. Don't believe anything. Don't believe anything. Just let the Holy Spirit lead you, because here's the deal. If you listen to somebody and they're right and you feel good, that's awesome. But if you listen to them and they're wrong, you're going to kick yourself. You can only listen to yourself. Don't listen to, well, this person said that's going to go up. This person said it's going to go down. We're going to tell you what we think it's going to do based on what we're seeing, but we're going to make our own decisions, not based on what other people are doing, but based on how the Lord leads us. And I want you guys to do the same. Because listen, it's like a weather forecast. They can be wrong. And here's the thing, weather forecast is far more reliable than a gold and silver forecast. Over on Facebook, Todd says, my Nigerian friend at work, George, told me the Christians there are very happy with the U.S. action. That's interesting. One more place for comments and then we'll move on. Okay. All right. I think we're good.
Okay. So silver. Let me lay out a few things for you. We know, and we've been saying, silver is repressed. At some point, it was going to do what's called breakout. Silver traditionally has been 10 to 1 with gold, 15 to 1 with gold. Gold is right at 45 right now. And a good place for silver would be right around 450, a little bit less than that. That would be historical. Normal, not historical as in crazy. They've suppressed silver because of many reasons, and I don't quite understand all of the banking reasons behind it, but I do understand the use reasons. So Elon Musk, this is the story that people who didn't talk about silver are now talking about silver. Raise your hand if you've been with Resistance Chicks all the time, a little bit yawning about us talking about silver all the time. Patriot Gallery telling everybody buy silver dimes, buy junk silver. And she always has something where she talks about 3 silver dimes should buy a loaf of bread or something like that, right?
No,
a sack of flour. A sack of flour, right? A sack should equal a sack of flour. And we've been telling people that if you don't have money to buy gold, which has been a very good place to hold your wealth because it has been really steady and steadily rising and not falling.
Maintaining somewhat with inflation.
What the thing with gold is that it only rises, like it might go down, but it rises. But silver has been really manipulated. So you can have some super high highs in silver and then it crash back down to the lows. And so it's really volatile metal, which is why we encourage people to get silver, not for investment purposes. And so you're going to see a lot of people saying, I want to get into silver because I want to get in on the ground floor of something that's going to make me money.
Don't do that.
Please don't buy silver because you think it's going to be an investment, because I can't guarantee. What I do know is that we need to be using silver as real money, not hoarding it, not grabbing it and just keeping it. However, when we were talking to Rafi Farber, he would rather people hold their silver until the time when it's needed to actually be used because the financial system has crashed. Good monetary people who can see sound money can look and see that silver and gold are the only place where you are held to a honest standard of money, meaning you can't have fiat, which is fake, but they do have fake on the books. They have paper silvers,
right?
Which is what happens when a lot of these guys ask to hold on to their silver, and then they find that somebody may only have 25% physical silver, and then the market says that they have 100% of this silver in their as actual real silver, which is why we've been encouraging people, if you don't hold it, then you don't own it. There are a lot of people that will talk about buying silver mines and buying stocks in silver mines. I don't have a problem with that because I don't do it, because you are investing in a actual company that needs financial backing to extract these metals from the earth. If you recognize and you're going in it that way, and sometimes you could find a miner who doesn't actually hit metal. And so you have to recognize you have to be willing to lose. Have you seen the gold rush videos where the guys don't actually get any gold? And sometimes they do, and then they have to pay back their investors. You know, it's a big deal. So if you want to be investing in silver mines, you can.
But remember, that's not the same thing as owning silver.
Right, exactly. So what we're going to start seeing here in the very near future is FOMO, fear of missing out, which when we talked about the silver squeeze in 2021 or 22?
I don't remember, honestly.
We were encouraging people to buy silver, not because it was going to go up really quickly, but because we wanted to squeeze the silver. We wanted what's called price discovery, which is what is the real value of silver today.
And I hate to sound like a broken record, but remember what we're talking about is, why is the value manipulated? Why is it so much lower? The best explanation that if you want to sink your teeth into something, is called silver futures. They're selling future silver to people, and people are buying future silver, but you can't buy something that's in the future. It doesn't work that way. Like, that's not how it's still. And so the markets get flooded. So when you say price discovery, what we're looking for right now is price discovery, but we're not anywhere close to getting price discovery because right now we have FOMO. And as with anything that is a good that you would buy, whether it's coffee, toilet paper, or this, the more people want it, the higher the price goes. So the price is increasing because it's broken out, but it's also increasing because now people are wanting to buy it because there is now a scarcity. So there's a lot going on with the price
here's
of
the thing.
silver.
Most of the time when you have a FOMO and a super rise like we've seen in silver, you're going to see it come down, and people would advise you, if you're going to be into silver, wait. This is not that time because we have so many things that are made by silver. Even Elon Musk is concerned. Okay. So Elon Musk, a surge in the price of silver to record highs this month has prompted a warning from Elon Musk that manufacturers could suffer the consequences. Silver has risen sharply during December, part of a precious metals rally that also pushed gold and platinum to record levels on Boxing Day. Analysts have attributed the jump in prices to expectations of U.S. interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve in 2026, new restrictions on silver exports from China, which will begin in a few short days in January, have created supply fears, while geopolitical worries have lifted demand for safe haven assets. So silver hit 79 an ounce for the first time Friday, a new peak, up from 56 at the start of December and just 29 an ounce at the start of 2025. This is insane because when we told people during the silver squeeze, you guys were buying it. It was like $30 an ounce. With the premiums, you were buying $34 Liberty coins.
We thought it was really high when the premium made them $45.
Exactly.
It was like an $8 per silver round, silver dollar premium. It was
that
really,
was
really
just
high.
like this year. I hear people, in the back of my head saying, "Leah, you had us, get silver, and it's back down again." They keep slamming it and slamming it and slamming it because one of the main reasons is they need cheap silver to make things like solar panels and batteries, and they need the cheap silver in order to continue to make their goods. And then there's the investment side, which relies on cheap silver.
Well, I think that the price is too high to slam it. Honestly, because in order to slam it, you have to buy the futures at this price.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'm not saying it's too high, but so what happens is they will flood the market with all of these silver futures, quote unquote.
But they will make them up. I don't even think they buy them at 79. They don't even buy them. That's the problem with the flooding of them. Nobody is actually buying them. They're flooding them out of made up money, right?
But they have to be able to have those ounces at some point. You know what I mean?
If they're pressed for them.
Right. I'm just saying that what I'm saying is the higher the price goes, I think the harder it is to slam.
Yes, I think so. I'm going to tell you that it's not necessarily the higher the price that it's harder to slam. What I'm saying is, I think there is a little bit there. The need for actual silver. If people are buying it in large quantities at this price for FOMO, means that there's less on the market to be had.
Right, yeah.
That's the problem, is that everybody who takes, that's what we talked about a silver squeeze. Every time you take the actual possession of your silver, you're removing a little bit more. Now, regular investors aren't the ones really pushing it over, but they can tip the scales.
And I'll tell you another thing that's, I can't speak for the, what I call the fake silver owners, but for all of us that own silver, unless you need your cash for some reason, you're probably not selling right now. And so people are being super tight with the silver that they already have. And that's why there's a shortage because people are not selling their junk silver. They're hanging, everybody that has silver right now is hanging on to their
So
silver.
real silver bugs like us who believe in the value, the
I wouldn't
constitutionality
let go of
of
my
it.
silver for nothing right now.
Some odd duck had posted and said, with this epic rise, you're going to see a bunch of people bringing in their silver to make money off of it. And every comment was like, are you an idiot? You don't understand silver, people. You also don't even understand people with silver jewelry. At this point, you're not seeing people trying to cash in. You may see a few people. There is a sort of investment strategy, which is sell high in silver and buy gold. So some people may want to and may try, and it's not even a bad trade at this price to sell your silver and then buy gold with it.
That's assuming it's going to go
That
down.
what's your hope? No, even at this price, you're not going to lose anything on that. Like silver and gold are going to be fine together, right? So that's some people's strategy is to take part of their silver at this point and go and buy some gold. And that would be thinking that gold is going to rise higher percentage-wise than silver. Silver, unfortunately, is incredibly volatile. And it has been incredibly volatile. That's why we don't tell you guys to use it as investment. If you need to preserve your wealth, you're doing that with gold. Gold is staying where it's at. It's not going to go back down. I cannot guarantee that. They've done so much to manipulate silver. It's a battle. It's a battle. This thing could jump down to 15 tomorrow. I don't know, because of all of the shenanigans and the crookery and whatever they're doing around silver that is not able to happen at the same pace around gold. Okay. So that is an investment strategy. Certainly wouldn't sell your gold to buy silver. But what we're looking at, and I think the number that you're wanting to know is if you were to buy silver today, what do we see what's called the next floor? And tomorrow we're going to see something play out. And interestingly enough, you don't normally see the spot prices go up over the weekend. So APMEX is a place of silver where silver is. They never raise their spot prices over the weekend. They wait till they on their website, they don't update it until Monday. They've been live updating their silver spot prices over the weekend. And it was 80 last night. It's 81.35 today. This is and right now you'll see it when the Chinese markets open in the morning. And then you're going to see it again on New Year's Day when China bans these exports of their silver. People are saying that the next floor for silver is 134, 135. That's what the silver experts that I'm watching, that I'm listening to. So Leah and Michelle, would you tell me to buy silver? I'm not telling you to buy anything. What I'm telling you is that silver and gold are God's money. They are righteous money. We need to get the fiat down. This is a war. This is a battle. And what I think is happening is that the elite have been pumping the global markets with fake dollars for so long.
Yeah.
That they knew this day would come. They were kicking the can down the road. And so Donald Trump started his trade wars to try to mitigate a lot of this. You could see silver seizures. You could see government confiscation.
Yeah, for sure.
In the need for silver. You could see on this, it would be very difficult because it's constitutional money, but they've done it before. Okay. So this plays into the theory of Lynette encouraging you to buy what's called numismatics. Do you want to explain what a numismatic is?
Yeah, I mean, we only have a handful of them, and they're any coin. So supposedly they're any coin that has a collector's value. That's really not true. It's more or less, I I mean, the definition of numismatic would be better to pull up the definition. I'm going to tell you what our interpretation is.
Okay.
Numismatic coins are coins pre-1933 that have a value that is beyond just the melt value. Okay.
Numismatics is a study of or collections of coins, paper money, tokens, or metals, where numismatic coins refer to items valued not just for their metal content.
The reason why I don't like to use that definition, even though that's helpful, is because do we have any collector's coins rounds down here? You could then put any round that was not this should be in a regular case. By the way, if you guys can if you get a coin that's in a plastic like this, immediately put it in one of these airproof ones because they will tarnish in these, and this one hasn't been moved yet. But anyway, so any round that has like something collectible on it could be counted as a collectible. That's not really what Lynette is talking about as far as insuring.
The U.S. did not confiscate gold used in jewelry, dentistry, or industry. It did not seize rare or unusual gold coins with recognized numismatic, which is collector value, under President Roosevelt's 1933 executive order. Also, citizens could keep up to $100 in gold coins, bullion, or certificates.
Now, that was a gold confiscation. They did not confiscate silver at that time.
No, they were still using silver.
Right.
They were still using silver. So could it be that they would do it with silver? It is possible, but they took, you could not own in 1933. You could not own. FDR is a very wicked, evil man. He can, everybody who says anything good about him, he literally stole people's money. The entire United States made it illegal, forbade you from owning gold coin, bullion, which is not, it does not have a U.S. stamp mark on $5, $10, $15, $20, and gold certificates worth in excess of $100, about 5 troy ounces. Then they reset the price afterwards so that you lost tons of money on that deal. So they reset the price of gold higher after they bought it from you lower. It was a 41-year ban, and the only coins that could be legally traded. So here's the problem with that. What they did was, okay, fine, some people won't turn it in. We'll just make it so you can't trade it. You can't use it. You can't even give it to your brother. You can't, you know what I mean? Like it was Stasi-ish. And during the 41-year-old ban, the only coins that could be legally traded were collectible or numismatic, which were exempt from confiscation. That is why Lynette encourages you to own coins.
Pre-1933.
Pre-1933.
We're not saying that. The reason why Leah's bringing it up is for you. I didn't know she was going to bring up the big confiscation word because it's kind of scary. And what confiscation does when you throw it out there is it creates a madhouse of fear.
Yeah, sure.
We don't want you to do that. However, I would not be at all surprised if there wasn't a confiscation of silver because it is used in everything that we do. It's in your cell phone, it's in your computers, it's in your cars, it's in all of the things. And so just as much as you have eminent domain of a highway or, they tear down houses, they could very, very easily do that with silver. Do I think that they're going to do that? No. Could they? 100%. They could. So that's super, super interesting thing that Leah brought up. I was not expecting that. Historically, when I think of confiscation, I think of gold. So I want to get back. I want to read some of your comments and then we're going to move on in this story. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on this specifically. And we're going to get back to silver. So don't go anywhere. You guys are bringing up comments on copper. Never Married in the chat wants to know if this is live. Yes, this is live. So someone had said in here, what are your thoughts on copper? I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on copper, but I'm going to do that in a minute after I read from you guys. Barry keeps thinking that this is all going to go down. He actually works with precious metals in the UK because he engraves them. So I do appreciate your comments here, Barry. I just think that we're in a different era right now. I do think that we're in a different era. I don't think that this is going to, it may drop, but I don't think we're ever going to see it go down. when we first started buying silver, we were buying it at $15. I don't think you're ever going to see that short of a monetary reset. Sherry says, I like copper. It is very pretty. I like it for items other than coins too. I like copper carafe for water, aesthetically pleasing. Wicked Psych says, I think it's pretty too. Sherry says, I'm not putting all my resources into it. I'm simply building up little by little. Never Married says, silver will only go up. Sherry says, there's supposed to be a ratio where you start moving into gold more. We have not reached that ratio, which she's talking about, but that's when it starts to equal out more to the 15 or 10 to 1 of the historic value that it is. But like Leah said, other people are doing that. Let me finish these comments here. Never Married said they need silver to make AI data center and copper. Copper is required to make AI data centers. Sherry says, I think silver preserves wealth too, especially with how useful it is. I would agree with that. Never Married says pennies will be valuable too. 2025, they quit making pennies. They will go up in price. Aunt Gail says, I think you are right about the price jump on Monday. Barry says, Never Married, silver is going to drop massively soon. Like I said, I've seen it drop drastically twice before and people have lost everything. Here is my thoughts back to the copper. Copper is something like $5 a pound right now. If copper started to jump in price drastically like it is in silver, then you would be buying copper to invest. Here's the problem with buying copper to invest. It's $5 a pound. Where are you going to put it? You can't store it for your value. Okay. If you have money, I don't think that copper is, it may skyrocket. It may become, $25 a pound or, $100. Let's say it went to $100 a pound, something crazy. You are still storing that somewhere, man. Like that's crazy. So I'm not on the copper bandwagon. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about copper. You'd have to buy paper copper. And I don't believe in buying paper anything. So if you want to buy paper copper, that's up to you. That would be, again, you're investing like you would in the stock market. So that's, okay, that's fine. But don't bring that into I'm not talking about any of you here. I mean, in general, into the conversation of investing or as far as getting precious metals, because nobody can store that level of copper that you would be talking about buying anything significant so if it went to $25 a pound, that's a 5 times increase, right? But you would have to have so much for that to actually equal anything for you. So to me, that copper doesn't really make sense. That's my opinion. Carrie says, Sherry says, what is numismatic? How do you spell it? I think you spelled it right. And the numismatic is just a collector's value of coins and paper and things like that, right? So we have some Civil War silver dollars from the Confederacy. Mm-hmm. They only have numismatic value because they don't have a monetary value at all. And their numismatic value isn't even that high. And which is so sad because it's, again, a silver certificate and everybody wants to go back to, silver backed paper. I'm like, no, I want to just go back to silver because I have, if the silver dollars, the Confederacy silver dollars that I have upstairs, I think they're $2 bills. If those were actual silver, do you know how much they would be worth right now? But it's not. We literally have an envelope of them. An envelope of them. If that was real silver, like, wow. But it's not. It's just don't forget the paper stuff. I'm just telling you guys. All right, let me check a couple more places for comments and then we'll move on. Over on YouTube, Many says they were worried about rare earths as well, rare earth minerals and metals. Gold is prettier than silver. Don't slam, don't go all in. H. Doc says, if you can't hold it in your hand, don't buy it. Amen. Well said. Love you guys. Stuart the Brett says, thumbs up, people. You are so awesome. Thank you. Gina says, is a penny worth anything now? Yes, actually. How much did they say that it costs to make a penny? 4 cents? That's why they stopped making them. Why not buy jewelry then? By all means, you could buy jewelry. That's, I like, I'll tell you why I like to buy silver that's not even a real coin. In actual, because I can hold it and I can monitor the way I like to word it, the monitor the value of the dollar based on this that I'm holding. If you do it in jewelry, that's a little bit more difficult, but by all means, you could wear it, and that makes jewelry more appealing. Listic Mystic says, have you seen a silent movie, Metropolis? The Kingdom of the Beast was more looming in people's life 100 years ago than today. Sharon says, drinking water from copper mugs is good for you. I totally agree with that. Sharon says, my mother bought gold bullion as jewelry on a gold chain, 24 karat. Minnie says, I want to buy a gold chain, but I'm scared to death to buy it at this. I think you mean the right now.
It's super expensive.
It is very, very expensive. So I get you guys. Here's the thing. On our show, we're going to talk about all this stuff, but at the same time, I'm going to tell you just to trust Jesus. Whatever you do, do not get caught up in a gold fever or a silver fever. It's very real. It's very historic. It's as old as mankind. All right, let me go over here, a couple more comments, and then we'll go back to talking about the silver stories that Leah has. Todd says the Coinage Act of 1873 is a good thing to investigate. Darned banksters. Yeah, it is. He says you don't lose anything if you don't sell it. That's true. Alice says, I have a gold necklace, but it got kinked. It doesn't matter. You don't wear it. Just hang on to it by all means. It doesn't matter if it's a gold necklace. You don't have to wear it. Just hang on to it. I wouldn't do anything with that. Gail says, I save copper if I get it for free, piping, wiring, fittings, and pre-1982 pennies. That's awesome. Sherry says, okay, I have a silver certificate that I found when Dad passed. I figured it wasn't worth anything. It's not worth really anything, but it's worth more than just a piece of paper that you would burn. It has a collector's value. It's just not worth very much at all. Wicked Psych says, I know someone who bought a bunch of copper pipe before it went up in price. They have a warehouse, though, and use it for plumbing. Well, good for them.
Okay, so the Saudi to invest $10 billion from their sovereign fund into silver. That's a big deal. It's APMEX out here on Sunday afternoon, casually increasing silver spot to 81 plus before market opens. Hope you've been stacking. That's the whole point. We're talking to silver stackers who have been stacking. Silver historical chart. Silver has broken out of a 45-year long base. That's why I'm telling you that it is, this is a very interesting time because silver has been steady. Mm-hmm. It doesn't do this. And the only other time it did this was in 1979 when two guys, the Hunt brothers, tried to corner the market on silver. Now there are hundreds of thousands of Hunt brothers. Mm-hmm. And they're all looking to corner the market. They're all pressing this moment in, okay? This is the second greatest breakout in the history of capital markets. This was from a couple days ago. It closed at 72. It has measured upside targets of 88 and 96. It has strong support around 55. Silver is a few months into a historic breakout. You don't see big corrections from these conditions. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't see not this. You're not going to see a big correction. You could see, and I doubt it, $55 silver. That's still up $20 from when it started, and that would become a new base line. And then I would be really comfortable putting all my finances in it because I know it would go up from there. So it's kind of like if you're taking a few stairs up, you're never going to come back down to those bottom base stairs.
It's like with anything, you have to ask yourself, so you know when a doctor goes over your list of symptoms and, do you have a fever? Do you have a cold? Do you have this? Do you have that? The symptoms can be the same, but the cause is something else. So you might have a cold or you might have, cancer. Like it's totally different. I'm not trying to equate this to something that's really bad, but my point is when you're watching these prices rise and rise and rise, you can't just go, oh, I've seen this happen before, and then it goes down. You have to ask yourself, why was it going up at that time that you're talking about, and why is it going up now? It is not going up now for the same reasons that we've seen spikes and then drops.
Yeah, silver all-time high breakout analog daily. Silver is short-term stretched here, but that is perfectly consistent with a powerful trend. As discussed in Friday's video, a key Fibonacci objective is approaching $73 an ounce. A short-term snapback is possible, but in the past 3 breakouts to new all-time highs, silver went on to roughly double over the following 7 to 11 months. With no major drawdowns during those runs, silver could correct $8 to $10 an ounce, but nothing major from here. There is the copper breakout of 2005. Copper in 2005 broke out from a 33-year-long base. It's the closest commodity to silver and gold. From its corrective low before the breakout move, copper gained 200% over the next 12 months. Copper did not endure any significant corrections along the way. The drawdowns shown in this chart were less in terms of closing prices and only lasted a few days. Copper never went back down. Copper's still expensive.
It's still really expensive. Yeah.
Copper used to be super cheap. It never went anywhere from 2005. Okay. Silver's performance rate change. Silver's rate of change or rolling performance over the 6, 12, 50 weeks. First, there's the 1979 chart. Silver's performance right now is in line with everything else except 1974. It has more to go to get out of the 1974 level. Given the breakout from a 45-year-long base, we should expect these figures to surpass 1974. Now, I want to be clear. We've never been here before.
I want to, for the chart that you guys are looking at, just so you can know, the years are at the bottom with 1962 being on the left and 2030 being at the farthest right, which we have not arrived at yet. This is a difficult graph. FYI, keep going. I'm sorry.
We haven't been here. People keep wanting to look back historically what has happened. That's not where we're at. Because historically people have not used fiat dollars. 1913 changed everything. You've got to go back to 1,000 years ago. You've got to go back 2,000 years ago. You got to go back to pre-biblical times to actually see any sort of rhyme or reason to what is happening right now. Because I tell you guys this, but remember, a potter's field could be bought for 30 pieces of silver when Jeremiah was writing a prophetic word about what would happen with Judas. Judas bought a potter's field for 30 pieces of silver. That was 500 years later. So silver, when silver corrects, it doesn't move for 500, 1,000, 1,500. The conversations that we're having right now are surreal. These are not conversations that we should be having. And I'm talking about since the 6,000 years of humanity. There is no normal. There is that you can pretend to look at these charts and pretend to know what you're talking about. But you don't, because a gold confiscation in 1933, that's not a thing that has happened before. I mean, of course, you always have kings and queens taking people's things.
Well, not replacing it with a fiat
dollar. But not replacing it with a fiat dollar. We're living. So when we talk about like silver being $80 an ounce, what are we talking about in terms of dollars? I don't want to be very, altruistic or something like that, where we're just kind of looking at, I'm just going to be so happy and positive about what's happening here, or I'm going to be, kind of looking at the best in things and just kind of, I'm going to tell you guys something. There is no normal. There's no charts to look at. There's no historically, I've seen this happen before. No, you've never. You've never seen this happen. The Hunt brothers did something that had never happened before, and it didn't work for them. Or maybe it worked for them, but didn't work for everybody else. Then silver was just kept down for many, 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 many years. And down meaning kept out of the realm of normal rotation of how we do money. There's no way that there should be a billionaire. Mm-hmm. With all the gold and silver in circulation, there's not enough to make billionaires. There's not enough. There's not enough to have all these millionaires. If you had to hold it, if you had to own it, okay?
And so what Leah means is when the dollar decoupled officially even from gold and silver, that's when that was the clarion call for the end of everything.
Yeah. So I'm going to read a little bit from this article, not all of it, because some of it's going to be over our heads, all of our heads. But this is 10 silver days of Christmas. It's been 10 days since our last missive on silver, and this is from ABC Campbell on Twitter. And everybody's been sharing this article saying that this is, the article to read right now. 10 days was 25% ago. In that time, China announced export licensing on silver starting January 1st. Shanghai Physical hit $91, while COMEX closed at 77. The London forward curve remains in deep backwardation, not as extreme as October, but still inverted. The CME hiked margins, and I've spent the afternoon over a well-deserved digital detox, staring at Bloomberg and Rose to see what's changed and whether it changes our view. Short answer, this guy is saying I wouldn't buy fresh here. I'd look to accumulate in the coming drawdown and stay nimble if you're playing via options. This is the part they don't tell you about in the trading books. The part where your thesis is working, maybe working too well, and now you have to manage your emotional drawdown capacity as much as your checkbook. The part where the math you penciled out on a napkin becomes not just a probability distribution, but a call option now in the money. Scary because now you have more homework to do to check the math, to price the contra narratives that will be used against you. And this is where we're at. I'm going to say that any purchase in silver, even now, is going to go up. It's just logic. It's just logic.
So pause. I want to just make sure that we are not giving financial advice. So when Leah says something like that, Leah is not saying, hey, go buy silver because it's not going down. It's only going up. And then you come back and say, oh, resistance chick said it's not going down.
What I'm hoping is that you are like us, is when you have extra, you buy silver no matter what it costs.
That's us.
You're not trying to
I don't play a game.
You're not trying to play the market to see if it's going to go down a little bit tomorrow. And I will tell you this. I'm just going to be extremely honest. When it went up to 60, I was like, do we have any extra to put? And I was like, let's wait and see if it goes down. Mm-hmm. And it did not. It's now at 80.
Right.
And so now it stinks that when I thought it was super high, it kind of feels weird, right?
So before you move on.
But for somebody like us, what we're buying in silver is not going to make or break on a $20 spread like that.
So for those of you that it's hard to keep up with the words, backwardation is when today's spot price of silver or gold or whatever is more than the futures. And then that creates a downward sloping curve. Okay. And so it can sound like a big word. It's not. They're just saying that it reeks, because what happens is the demand goes up for real silver because the futures, you understand, are actually worth less. Mm-hmm. So then people they want their physical.
So if you have a call on those futures, you have to make up for what those prices are today.
Exactly. Because then somebody really, like, hey, I want to take possession, and then you only have futures. You got air. So then you have to go and buy at the current price, which is higher than the price that your person bought it for, and then you're scrambling, and it's a giant mess. It shouldn't even exist, by the way. Mm. If futures didn't exist, if futures were not a part, this is what we call the decoupling. If futures were not a part of the spot price of silver or the discussion, we would be you would have silver at 15-1 of gold. The only reason why we have a fluctuating silver price is because of futures. Do you understand? It's a corrupt system. This should have a price that only moves with inflation. That's it. That's it. Do you understand? Is this making sense yet? This should not fluctuate, period. It shouldn't fluctuate at all. But since it's decoupled from the dollar and we now have inflation that's crazy, this is going to fluctuate, but it should only fluctuate based on inflation, which means it should only steadily rise as inflation rises, and it should be an exact thermometer of the devaluation of the dollar. It is not a direct thermometer of the devaluation of the dollar because of futures. They are their own thing. They're an investment. They're like a stock. Okay? It should not be part of the value of silver. It shouldn't, but it is.
So there's a thing called a red candle and a green candle. So a green candle is when it starts low and goes up high. It just shoots up. And you can see those the charts that they use for going up is green, for going down is red. So when I read this next line, it'll make a little bit more sense. Don't be surprised by a red candle, meaning one day you start at a high at like 80. Okay, you start at 80, and the red line goes. It goes straight down. That's why it's called a candle. It's coming. The question is whether you buy it. We already took a little bit of delta, aka exposure to the price, and stashed it in gold. This is what this investor did, cycling back into the original trade and making us long 15% gold and long 30 to 40% versus a ratio of closer to 10 to 1 earlier. We also bought some upside butterflies and bought a lot of dollar calls. I
don't even know what that means.
I know. Hang on.
Try not to read stuff we don't know what
Hang
it
on.
is.
Hang on.
No, it's fine.
Just give me a minute because people
It's
need
fine.
it. You're learning as we
I've
learn.
never heard any butterflies.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about the butterflies, but I know about the candles. And so this particular investor sold some, bought some gold, but is more inclined to be heavy in silver. Why do we encourage heavy in silver? Because just like Lynette says, silver is more underpriced. It's more of a discount. Like Lynette will say all the time. If I told you that even at $80, silver was 75% off versus 80% off, would you still buy it? Yeah, you would. So right now, anything below 10 to 1 with gold.
Or 15 to 1.
15 to 1 with gold is a discount. Anything is a discount.
So what's the price of gold today? Do we even know?
I'm pretty sure it's 45.
That was gonna be my guess.
43. Now these are numbers that should only go up by $2 or $3. 2 days ago, gold was 45.35. Now it's 45, 43. So it's obviously, what's interesting about it is that silver is going up way more than gold. Silver's up $8 and it's just huge. So
but gold, as silver rises, gold will almost always go with it a little bit. It's not going to go up with this at the same percentage, but it will. If silver goes, gold goes, because that is. I want to correct something that I said earlier. Supply and demand will also affect the prices of gold and silver. It shouldn't, but it does. So that is another way of gauging prices on your precious metal. So I want to correct what I just said, because I was just thinking about that and I was like, hang on. So yes, but again, historically it wasn't that way. Historically, supply and demand really didn't affect gold and silver, and I'll tell you why. Do you want to know why? Because it was actual money. So supply and demand didn't really exist when it was used as in the monetary system. When it's a commodity, that's different. Then supply and demand affects it.
So I know that some of this might go over your head, but I just stick with me because some of it's gonna make sense at the end. This is if somebody is leveraged in futures, meaning they have a lot of futures, that matters. Higher margins equal higher capital requirements. You are expecting to get this much in the future. You now have to pay this much back. It's a tough world. That happened, and I guess it killed silver in 2011. In 2011, margins started at 4% of notional, meaning you could control, this is the crazy part, $100 of silver with $4 of capital. That's 25% leverage. Degenerate stuff. That is where those calls come in and you're sunk. Okay? There's a lot of, and you need to understand, we're telling you to do this. Why is the silver market so volatile? Because all these guys own $100 worth of silver for $4. They are trading in a futures market. They're trading paper. They're not touching or trading the real thing, okay? It says that CME ratcheted margins up to 10% over a few weeks. Leverage collapsed from 25 times to 10 times, and the forced liquidation cascade murdered the rally. Today, we're already at 17% of notional, 6 times the notional, the 6 times the leverage. That's tighter than the worst point in 2011. When some combination of this starts hitting the tape, you'll hear overbought from every chart painting astrologer to Fitwit. whatever. Technical selling begets more technical selling, but like overbought relative to what? Again, the case for silver is that the economics of solar panels, inelastic demands, meaning, yeah, people can invest, but this is a product that people can't maneuver on. I have so many batteries. I need them done. I need this much silver. It's non-elastic. Okay. When inelastic demand, as silver was 10% of the price of a solar panel is silver. Okay. Meets inelastic supply, meaning 75% of production comes as a byproduct of other metals. So people are mining copper, they're mining gold, they're mining other metal. 75% of silver mining is just a byproduct of trying to mine something else.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And so there's not a lot of plain silver mines because there's not a lot of money in it. Okay. Not staring at tea leaves or lines on a chart. These are the kind of things that drive short-term price movements. Silver just made all-time highs. You know what else makes all-time highs? Things that keep going up. So this is interesting. I'm just going to spend a second on this because you guys said, what about copper? So what they could do is, as the price of silver continues to rise, if producers of batteries and things like that feel like silver is just going to be too high, they can actually begin to substitute the metal in their batteries or solar panels for copper. It could happen. But again, that's like 4 years out. So this is why I'm bringing this up to you. This is why I felt like this article was so interesting, because there is a copper substitution case that can be made that's very real. But here's the math. Time. Even with unlimited capital, conversion has physical limits. 300 factories globally make solar cells. 1.5 years to convert each one to a copper plating instead of a silver plating. 60 factories a year, maximum parallel capacity. 4 years minimum to reach 50% of silver products being copper. And then there's a chart here that says, look at these. You can actually show them if you want. Look at those payback periods, 1.5 years. That's a no-brainer capital allocation decision. CFOs should be tripping over themselves to sign off on this. Copper, and then they can make more money over the years. And yet 4 years minimum to get halfway there. You can't throw money at physics. The factories have to be retooled one by one. The engineers have to be trained. The paste formulations have to be qualified, and the supply chains have to be rebuilt. It takes time. Solar manufacturers have already absorbed a 3 times move in silver prices. And then you can see, look at what that did to their profits. Their profits are plummeting. At $28 an ounce in 2024, an average, the industry made $31 billion. At $79 an ounce today, they're going to be down $16 billion. This is why they control the markets. This is why you and I trying to do constitutional money, these people need cheap silver. They will lie, cheat, and steal in these markets to do what they can. When we talk about breaking out or price discovery, we're saying that at some point, the dollar is going to collapse. Silver and gold are going to hit record highs. It'll seem like a high, but that's where it should have been all along. When crooks are going to crook, corporations are going to crook. That's what they do. If they need a product, they will lie, cheat, and steal to keep that product as cheap as possible. Okay? But you and I are trying to do constitutional money over here while they're trying to make stupid solar panels that should not be made, at least on the large quantities for, municipalities. Each person having a solar panel wouldn't be a problem. The break even, this person says $134 an ounce. Break even. That's 70% higher than spot today. Okay. I'm not having financial advice, but this is what I'm going to tell you guys. I don't have a problem buying it today. I have nothing in me says silver is going to go down and go down permanently. Nothing, not a piece in me.
Well, and and I can prove to you what Leah's saying, because when silver hit like $45, I bought some, and I was like, it may drop down it did actually. It dropped back down like, $10. So do you kick yourself that you didn't wait to buy it at that $10 amount? Yes, but do you kick yourself because, well, look where it's at right now, so it doesn't matter. So that's the point. We don't play the game. If you want to play the game, by all means, then you're a gambler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not a gambler. It's just when I have extra money, we put it into silver. And sometimes gold, but not very much because gold's too expensive and hard to get into.
Well, I will tell you why. Because the premiums are harder.
Mm-hmm.
So like at $4,500 an ounce, every time they break that down, those coins and those pieces of gold cost more.
Right. So the premiums are on the smaller amounts is what Leah's saying.
So
if you can buy a whole ounce, you're okay.
If you're getting an eighth of an ounce of gold, it's not like just a $20 premium. It costs way more.
But I've done it.
Yeah, you can. So the thing about silver is you can, almost anybody at $80 can be harder, but can buy an ounce of gold or an ounce of silver with just a small premium.
Yeah.
Right, compared to gold. And I would say I encourage you to buy it in the ounces or the 10 ounces because you're just going to get more bang for your buck, right? At the smaller percentages of gold, you're actually buying more into the collectible part of it than you are the investment part, which is why the rest of us over here, the Po folks, okay, actually could come out ahead buying the silver. So
Sealer says, I was reading that silver should be $200 to $300 right now. Here's the thing. I don't know who wants to do the math for us. It should be 15 to 1 of $4,500.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that math is what it should be. That's the historic price. But here's the very interesting thing. We're talking a lot about undervaluation of silver, but gold is heavily undervalued as well, inflation adjusted, which is what we've talked about so many times on this show. So I don't know that we need to do it again right now. But if you were being paid, Leah's having some Michelle issues. You want me to go get you some of my stuff? I can get you stuff.
I'm good. Our show's rounding off, so I'm just doing a little moves here.
Leah's back's been hurting since yesterday. If you were being paid a living wage of $10,000 in what was it, 1970? Is that right? And you were paying the exact same amount of gold. Today you're like $1 million.
I can't even. We started doing this last summer.
Yeah, and it was like what?
630,000.
And now we're up at like, it would be $1 million if you were being paid in gold.
In ounces of gold.
In ounces of gold. So this is ridiculous talk right now. So gold, when we first started talking about it 7 or 8 years ago, Lynette used to say gold should be about $10,000 an ounce. Mm-hmm. That was 7 or 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it should be today. You can't Google it. I've tried. It's not Googleable. It's a Lynette thing. But I'm just telling you that it's inflation adjusted. It's ridiculous what gold should be right now. You'd have to invert the mathematics that we just did in order to get to it. Does that make sense? So $1 million. How many ounces of gold would that buy you right now?
No, I'm saying that their silver should be at 15 to 1. It should be about 325.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, so back to the article here. 134 is not a price target. It's a price where demand destruction even begins. That's the urgency threshold. At higher silver prices, the copper conversion economics gets more compelling. So this is an article explaining how people would, producers would want to convert from silver to copper. But here's the thing. That's predicting that copper doesn't rise at the same time.
Yeah, but it's not going to rise that much.
It definitely could.
The price differential is so... It's $5 a pound, Leah, not an ounce. Copper is $5 a pound right now. That is the ratio of silver to copper is what they're saying is
right. Okay,
to redo their facilities would cost them a lot of money.
So the annual savings is, it gets up there. So $125 an ounce is the inflection point. Payback drops below 1 year, and every board member. So that's on the.
We can skip the copper part.
I am. Here we go. Bottom line on copper, the clock is ticking, but it's ticking slowly. Silver can move faster than factories can retool. A 4-year window, and this thesis is the thesis protection, 70% upside before demand destruction. Why is that? That's the important issue here, okay? Because people are asking, is this price sustainable? And it's sustainable because copper is not available to be a substitute yet. Okay, so it's sustainable for 4 to 5 years. That's what they're explaining. But that's just one view. We're not talking about war, economic collapse, things like that. So China just weaponized silver. Okay, the bear case addressed, and here's why I'm still along. China will be imposing export restrictions on silver beginning in a few days, January 1st. These restrictions will require special government licenses for silver exports. Shanghai silver prices, $85 an ounce. This was a couple days ago. $5 premium on spot prices in the U.S. China is imposing export licensing on silver starting January 1st. This matters because China is a massive net exporter of refined silver, about 121 million ounces annually, almost all flowing through Hong Kong to the world. That flow now requires government permission, strategic resource play. The physical premium is obscene. Silver is selling for $91 in Dubai and China tonight, if you can find any. Silver closed at $77 an ounce in Chicago yesterday. This was a couple days ago. Shanghai, $85 an ounce. Dubai, $91 an ounce. COMEX, $77. You live in a world of dollars. The marginal buyers don't. They're paying $10 to $14 premiums, and they don't care. When physical diverges from paper like this, one of them is wrong. Historically, it's not silver. London
Not
is
physical.
It's not physical. London is screaming. The London OTC market, where actual physical silver changes hands between bullion banks, refiners, and industry users, is the deepest backwardation in decades. Is in the deepest backwardation decades. So we were talking about backwardation. It is the market paying you more for metal today than for a promise of metal later. Spot greater than forwards. That's not normal. That's stress. A year ago, $29 spot, curve rising to 42, normal contango is what we're moving up, or futures would be worth more. Today, $80 spot, curve falling to 73, inverted. That's what people bought their futures at. Meanwhile, COMEX paper sits in a lazy contango, pretending everything's fine. The papers are like, we just don't know what's going on. Nobody wants us. Why is nobody buying me? Why people want this silver in a physicality?
That's good.
The poor paper silvers are literally crying. Okay. Let's see here. The ETFs are catching up. Solar is eating everything. The demand for the AI, energy, solar, silver. That's kind of where we're at, exactly where we're talking about. So levels to watch, $134 level. That is the solar breakdown. Demand destruction starts, 125. Copper payback. They're going to try to convert to copper probably. $91 current Asia physical. 79 is 81 current COMEX. So right now we're at 57 to 1, which is a current gold to silver ratio. It was 45 times 2000 average and 30 times in the
80s.
So it was like it was. So we have gone way out. The correction is down. The correction is down. We need to go back down. Risks: January tax selling, dollar strength. People, it could go down for sure. But the structure underneath: London backwardation at a multi-decade extremes, Asia paying $10 to $14 premiums, China export restrictions starting in a few days, solar demand is in a lack. It can't move. Okay, copper substitution takes 4 years. 72% of supply is byproduct, meaning you can't just mine more. So again, this is not financial advice, but this is where we're at. This is where the world is at. And to China, Eric Jung, let me see, that's not that one. No, sorry, that's not the one we want. We want...
While Leah's looking for that, I do want to definitely plug...
Yeah, this is the one I want.
But let me finish. This is important. I want to plug Lynette right now, and here's why.
Yeah, sure.
Because we have partnered with Zhang Enterprises. We had the opportunity to partner with a lot of different gold and silver companies. First, we went with ITM because that's where Lynette was at. Mm-hmm. And then when Lynette broke off on her own, we didn't split from ITM for any bad reasons, just because we just wanted to stick with Lynette. So she was doing her own thing, so we moved to Lynette. Lynette does not have a minimum on any of her purchases, which is amazing because the year we were with ITM Trading, they did have a limitation. If you guys have any questions about all of this, or you're scared or whatever, but you're trepidatious, maybe you want to get in, but you're not really sure, I would highly recommend, and I'm sure they're very busy, but I would go ahead and schedule a free consultation call with Zhang Enterprises. You can do so by visiting resistancechicks.com/God's money. resistancechicks.com/God's money. Schedule your free consultation with Zhang Enterprises and just see what they have to say about what's going on. And they can talk you through a lot of your questions. If you're trying to move maybe some of your stocks or whatever over to physical gold and silver, they can walk you through all of that. Even moving in some of your 401k, like all of those things, they know, and they have all of the answers that Leah and I do not. But the main reason why we partner with Lynette, as you can see the Wealth Shield up there in the corner of this ad that I have running, Lynette doesn't just look at gold and silver. She understands, and I actually do want to talk about this very, very, very briefly, Leah, economic collapse. She understands the scarcity of food. She understands being able to get in on investing, which that's not really my angle, when things do collapse. She always talks about being able to buy, not shopping centers, but things like that, like rentals and properties at the time that the collapse happens. So she is all ready for food, water, shelter, barterability. Like she wants you to have everything ready, not just gold and silver. So resistancechicks.com/God's money. I cannot recommend that enough to you guys, especially just being able to open up the conversation for those of you that are a little bit scared and you've got your paper dollars and you want to hang on to them because we're brainwashed into thinking that that's the only safety, when your paper dollar is losing value every single day. But Leah, before you get into this, maybe you could comment on this very, very briefly. As the price of silver skyrockets and the demand for silver skyrockets because all of the things that we use require silver, if this continues in a direction where cell phones start to skyrocket, solar panels start to skyrocket, computers start to skyrocket, and electronics start to just all the prices go way, way up, could that trigger an economic black swan event that causes a collapse where people where everything goes haywire?
No, I don't think we're there yet. I think I think that there's I think that the price would go up for us, but not to the point where it's astronomical,
like a hyperinflationary event.
These companies are relying in the billions of dollars on multiple products.
Okay.
So if your product goes up $25, $30, $45, we're not all buying products that have silver in them, where, your laptop goes up $50, your laptop goes up $100. But for them, it's the corporations that are suffering the most. Okay, I'm going to end with this on the China aspect. So Eric Young, King Kong on X, and VBL's Ghost have been working through a framework that helps explain why silver isn't just rising, but accelerating. And once you connect the dots, the move stops looking speculative and starts looking strategic. Start in China. Chinese influencers, traders, market voices have suddenly shifted their tone. People who were previously comfortable encouraging the accumulation of silver are now warning about hoarding. That's not random. That kind of messaging only shows up when authorities are uncomfortable with where their inventory is going more precisely or where it isn't, okay? So when Chinese influencers are telling you not to hoard silver, hoard it, okay? Zoom out. At the same time, the United States is escalating pressure on Venezuela. On the surface, it looks political, but through a line in is resources. Venezuela isn't just oil. It sits inside a broader Latin America supply web that feeds the global silver market. At the same time, the United States is escalating pressure on Venezuela. Here's the next dot. Over the next 2 months, there has been a massive inflow of silver from Latin America into the United States, not into China, into the United States. Who is the clearinghouse? JP Morgan. This is what a silver reckoning looks like. Markets are repricing access as supply chains get reshored and geoeconomics again outrank ideology. Silver reflects that shift in real time more than any other assets. That's what the war in Ukraine is about. These rare earth minerals. There is a hunger, a voracious lust, and appetite for metal. All kinds of metal. Going to war, not over oil this time. Metal, 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 because we shift from oil consumption to solar to electric things. Electric cars, Tesla. That's why you got to keep your enemies close. That's why Elon is close to Trump. That's why we're knocking on the door with Ozempic Pompeo. Legit. He literally is Ozempic. He's taking Ozempic. He looks disgusting. He's $1,400 a month so he wouldn't have a double chin. Like, so weird. Like, you look better as a dude, not looking like however you look like Mr. Tanned Ozempic man. But anyways, it's hard to look at him. He's the one pushing for this war of Venezuela. Like, we're going to free these people in Latin America. No, you just want their stuff. Just tell people, like Lindsey Graham did with he said, we just want the stuff in Ukraine. That's all we want. That's what we want. That's what Trump is there to put the pressure on Zelensky and get this war done because we want your stuff, man. We want your stuff. They traded your taxes so that these corporations, all of these all these tech bros, all these AI things. That's why I hate AI, because they need these giant data centers to create what? What is AI doing for us? Nothing. We don't need it. Go out in the streets with the banner. I don't want your stupid AI. I don't want you to suck up my water facilities. I don't want you to take a bunch of electricity. I don't want you to take up a big footprint. I don't want you polluting the land. Like, legit, okay? How do I really feel? Its price movement is being registered before policy formalizes changes already visible in physical flows. Silver has been the most suppressed asset on Earth, and it is therefore has the most to gain. On Black Friday, JP Morgan effectively pulled silver off the market. That removal of available silver triggered a forced response elsewhere. Someone in China was structurally short silver and they had to cover aggressively. That wasn't a trade, that was a scramble. Now, layer in the policy shift. China's export freeze on certain materials begins just in a few days. That alone changes behavior today. Markets don't wait for doors to close. They move when they know the locks are being installed. Which brings us to the most important and least discussed piece. For the last 5 years, accelerating sharply over the last 2, China has been buying silver concentrate and door bars from Latin America, not finished bars, feedstock, material that can be refined, controlled, and allocated domestically. Why does this matter? Because China is mining less silver than it used to. Domestic production is down. That Latin America supply is not optional, it's critical. And this reframes the entire hoarding narrative. China may not have been buying silver to sit on it. China may have been buying silver to secure access to it because they understood something in advance. The Western shop was going to close. Now look at the Western Hemisphere. The U.S., under what increasingly resembles a modern Monroe Doctrine, is reasserting control over regional resource flows. Venezuela, pressured. Mexico is increasingly aligned to send its silver north. Banks like JP Morgan are handling that flow. That is not a coincidence. We are in a metals war with China right now. So when silver starts ripping higher, when Chinese voices suddenly warn against hoarding, when U.S. inventories quietly absorb Latin America metal, and when banks remove supply at exactly the wrong moment for shorts, the story stops being about speculation. Oh, I'm just going to invest in a little silver here and there. It becomes about access. Who has it? Who is losing it? And then there's this a podcast on the global situation right now. That is the essence of where we're at right now. We are going to dive more into this. But if you wondered what's going on with Venezuela, why are we now just freeing people in Venezuela? And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some silver in Nigeria.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, we just care so much about them Nigerian Christians. I'm going to Google it. Okay? You can read some comments. This is the end of the show.
All right. Joanne says, I've been buying small amounts of copper the past few years from a plumber who melts down and cuts off and can and go across the hula hoop size, going 3 times around Copper piping. When my husband's grandfather died, no one wanted it. I said, yes, please, I'll take it. Copper will help you garden and grow too if you planted it right. If your trees have fungus or a disease, if you ground the copper around the tree, it can kill the disease. She says, I also bought some platinum when gold and silver went up. Platinum had barely moved in years. The next week it went up. I bought 2 lots more over coming weeks. Now platinum has outpaced silver. Yahoo! But for how long? So Joanne is in Australia, just FYI. Steeler says, I have been hearing everything you're saying, Leah. Donna says, can you post a link to that article that Leah just read? Yes, I can. So that
was, the one.
It's a Twitter. Oh no, the article that Leah just read is a Zero Hedge. I will grab it right now and put it in the chat.
So, yes, Nigeria has precious metals, including deposits of silver, along with abundant gold and lithium and tantalite and numerous gemstones. So they have a significant deposit of gold. Deposits of silver are confirmed. They have lithium discovered and in high demand for batteries with interest from global players like Elon Musk. They've got coltan, valuable ore for electronics, found alongside other pegmatite minerals. And they've got a ton of gemstones. And it says that mining contributes a small fraction, 0.3% to Nigeria's GDP. Indicated a massive untapped potential for development. So all of this, I'm going to tell you something. Yes, they may try to free some Christians. What can we do to help you Christians in Nigeria? Oh, you know what else we would like to do? We would like to set up some mining facilities, maybe put your people to work, give you a small, tiny fraction of what the value is of all of your precious metals. So when the Eye of Sauron, these governments are looking and you see nobody does anything out of a good heart, not the US government, not the corporations, no government is actually going to Nigeria to help the Christians out. Elon Musk tweeting about the Nigerian Christians, he does not care, okay? Elon Musk needs to find a source for his precious metals. Precious metals is where it's at. It is the new oil. And that is why I do not believe and I do not see silver going down at all. So what does that mean for you and me?
I'm going to be right back. Wicked Psych wants us to open up her package now.
Stay true. Stay honest. Stay in the Word of God. Stack the silver because it's honest, righteous money. It's good. It's the right thing to do. Okay? It's the wrong thing to do to go into other countries, to need their things, they're so greedy. They're literally the hungry, hungry hippo game where you're just trying to get all the marbles and trying to get all the marbles and trying to get all the marbles. That is the opposite of Jesus. It's the opposite of Christianity. You treat others the way you want to be treated. You don't want to be treated, so you don't cheat others. You don't want to take more pie. We all know we sit down at a table and some big giant kid wants to take all the pie, wants to take all the cake, wants to take all the things. And you're like, man, that's pretty disgusting. It's disgusting because it's wrong, because it's immoral, because you got to store up treasure in heaven. You got to look at your life as finite. And God is not going to say, how much wealth did you acquire over time, right? But if you do things God's way, if you do things right way, I do believe those of you who have been slowly, patiently acquiring silver, it will be a good thing for you.
Amen. All right, so she says it's on topic. She said Matthew laughed because it's on topic.
Okay.
So this is from Massachusetts. Maybe that's why the Lord made it so that it did not arrive in time for the Christmas. Oh, how pretty.
Oh, wow.
Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. That is gorgeous, by the way. It's really pretty. Show you. Isn't that pretty?
That is a cute, beautiful.
I'm sure it was prettier, even prettier when when in the mail tends to do that to packages,
squish
to bows
things
and stuff like that. This is really, really pretty paper. How pretty that is. It's like thick paper. It's like fancy paper. Okay.
'tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la.
Wow, you put like Michelle level effort into this packaging here. Oh my gosh.
Tell me now, a gay
There's
apparel.
a copper coin in here. This is awesome.
Fa la 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 la
I
la
love
la
it so
la.
much. Oh, that's so great. Merry Christmas. Is this one of the SD Bouillon ones? I've seen them do those. It's I don't know if I can show it through here.
Oh,
It's got
fun.
a snowflake on one side. I have one of these, and I was just thinking of this coin, thinking, you know what? If copper goes up, at least I have my one coin. Now I have two. I literally had that
Oh,
thought.
that's so fun.
Okay, here we go. There's a card and a box, and I feel another coin in my hand. Hang on.
Don't drop it.
Oh, wow. Ooh, it's a nativity round.
It's a silver round. It's a silver round. And you know what
And
makes
it
me
has a
so
nativity
excited?
on the other side. I don't want to open it, though.
Is I know you bought it less than what it is worth today. Well
That
done.
is so awesome.
Well done.
Okay, let me open. Look at this pretty card. Oh, my gosh. It's like got a fancy little, hang on, I have to show you this. Like a little tuck in. Isn't that cute?
This is so great. I can't touch it though because you don't really want to get your fingers on
in
it.
the world kind of card? First of
Wow.
all, this is gorgeous.
Wait, I want to try to show you guys the
You
nativity
opened it?
round. Well, no, it's just like this.
Yeah, but you ripped the seal.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, because I was going to go ahead and put it in one of my cases anyway.
It's a nativity.
No, it's really,
What
really
is better
pretty.
than a silver nativity?
What? Hang on.
Nothing.
What in the world?
Oh, it's a 3D nativity card.
Wait, I want to show you how it works. So it's like this, and then you pull it down.
How cute is that? It's a decoration. Wait. Woo. Oh! Oh! How cool!
Ow!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Hang on. This is like something you
I've
put out
never
every year.
seen anything like this. I'm saving it.
It's going to come out as our Christmas decorations every year.
How cool!
Look at it. I just show you like up close.
Absolutely.
Is this a $35 card?
I love this so
Oh my
much.
gosh. Look at it.
So you've got the shepherds watching and the angels, and then you've got the three wise men, and this is just
Oh my gosh.
amazing.
And it has a little, oh wait, hang on. Here, hold that snowflake. And then it says Merry Christmas on it. Look how pretty.
Thank you, Matt and Carrie.
Oh my gosh. You guys are so amazing. Okay, so she said it stands up. I think if you tuck it in underneath there, then it'll stand up. Like you can like keep it there.
I think you're supposed to.
Got it.
I gotta tuck it in here.
Oh my gosh. This is so pretty. Look at this. Okay, wait. So I want to tie the thing so I can hold it. It's an ornament. It's a nativity ornament. Wait a minute. And it comes with a little tie. So let me tie the tie so I can hold it up. Okay, here we go. Look at, it's like see-through. It's see-through. So it has Mary and Joseph, and then it looks like some wise men, but all around the circle you have like different wise men, you have donkeys, you have angels, lots of angels. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
I
thank
love
you.
nativities. It's like stained glass is what it is.
It is. It's clear on both sides. Look. Like that.
Ooh.
That's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you got to put it in the window. Like it's not going to be good on a tree.
I do feel like you would need to put it in a window so like it shines through or something.
Yeah, it's not.
Or you put it on the tree and then you put a light behind it, like a Christmas
Oh,
light.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that would work.
Like, make sure it's in
Well,
front of
thank
a
you
light
for the
bulb.
silver and the nativities
copper.
and the copper. Like it feels very, very Jesus-like. They brought him gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and they
and
brought
little copper,
copper
too.
and silver.
That is so great.
That is so
These
great.
are amazing. Thank you for these.
And
I just
here's
love
the
them
thing,
so
like,
much.
I'm glad the post office found the package.
Right? You don't get to lose gold and silver, post office.
Nativity,
No, you don't.
nativity rounds, nativity. I love nativities. My grandma loved nativities.
Yes.
Are you guys Catholic? Because Catholics seem to like nativities. My
Thank
grandma's
you
Catholic.
for that. That was really nice and super on topic. So yes, I was gonna save it for the New Year's Eve special, and
Wait,
so I
but-
messaged her in the chat, and I was like, "Should we?" She's like, "Do you want to open it now?" And I was like, "Don't you want to wait?"
Yes.
She's like, "Well, but Matthew says it's on topic." So then I was like, "Okay, I'll go get it." Thank you for that. That was super fun. It says it would hang better with a hook. The hole isn't drilled in the correct position for a string. Oh, I get you. That's true. And that's the way that things like that always go. We'll figure it out. We will hang it somewhere super nice though. But that card is going to get put out every year now, like as a display.
I love it.
With our stuff.
I love it.
It's like the card itself is a gift.
It was like boom, boom, boom.
I know.
3
that was
stages.
super fun. Shauna says that's something that I would keep out all year. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's, you know, and we have was that a crystal one that we used to keep out all the time?
Yeah, my grandma had a crystal one.
Yeah, we would
nativity
keep that
scene.
out all the time. All right, let me read a couple of comments and then we will say goodbye and give you guys some updates. And we do have some updates, by the way. Sherry says, I love those. I bought those for presents in previous years. That's awesome. And yes, they were from SD Bouillon. I love them so much. That's awesome. Barry says, Michelle, people were talking about buying jewelry as an investment. Please check out the link I sent you and warn them about hollow machine made chains. They are basically worth nothing each.
Okay.
Oh, that stinks. Okay, so make sure that if you're buying jewelry, you know where you're getting it from. I think is probably the best thing to do. He says it's an easy con to fall into. Only buy handmade solid gold jewelry. Oh, well, that's where you're going to find that. I don't know. There's usually a dark line runs around the inside of each link in the chain. That means it's hollow, and the actual chain fools people into thinking it's a solid link.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really disappointing. Ballistic Mystic says, thank God for essential minerals. The key to electric conservation is conductivity, known as superconductors. Superconductors being used in particular accelerators are surprisingly ceramic. The fuel to deliver electricity is electricity and is the greatest consumer of electricity. Let's see. Minnie says, whoever is way up can use options to hedge, like buying insurance. Butterfly is probably an option strategy. Thank you. That's awesome. That's really helpful. All right, back to Facebook. Joanne says, meant to say good morning, girls. It's 7:31 here and a glorious morning in Queensland. That's awesome. Let's see. Christian murders in Nigeria are terrible and unacceptable, and Muslims also have been slaughtered there too, but it has not been a genocide like the Gaza. Trump thinks that is okay. I'm sure my God doesn't. There's so many things morally wrong with the whole thing. I would agree with you on that statement for sure. All right, so I think that's it on our comments mostly here. Like I said, I hope that you had a wonderful Christmas, and we are going to be doing a New Year's Eve special. We'll be doing our year in review. So if you have yours favorite, or maybe not favorite, but just like help us compile our list, I think is the better way of saying that. Send me an email if you've got like, these are the top stories.
Or message us on Facebook.
Yeah, that's fine. We already know Charlie Kirk. That one's covered for sure. Charlie's going in there. So Charlie Kirk will definitely be probably our biggest story that we'll be talking about in our year in review. But that'll be Wednesday night, New Year's Eve evening. So that'll be a special. We'll probably still do a couple of Christmas songs. We may or may not. I don't think we're going to do a Healing for the Fractured Soul on Tuesday. So I don't know if you wanted to do something on Monday or not. I don't know.
No.
Just take the time off.
Honestly, I probably will do a Healing for the Fractured Soul, because we just have so much. I think that it depends on if you just don't want to do something on Tuesday.
We were going to go to the movies with Jeremy and...
Oh, that's right. I'm going with my cousin. That's right. Right, we're doing family things.
We made a plan to do
So you're
thing.
off Monday, Tuesday. Come see us on Wednesday. That's right.
What I was getting to.
I got a Healing for the Fractured Soul, but it will have to wait for the new year. Okay. 2026, yes.
Okay, so we'll see you on Wednesday. Then New Year's Day is, you have that off. Well, we will be back on Friday. I know I had said that about this past Friday and we canceled the show. I cannot imagine us canceling Friday's show this Friday. Can you?
Probably not.
I mean, obviously, the Bible says don't say tomorrow we will or won't do this or that.
We did Christmasing is what we did. Filling out the rest Christmas presents for
that's
our family.
Okay, so speaking of Christmas and Christmasing, I did extend our collections sale for the duration of the Christmas 2025 promo code, just so you guys know. So if you feel like you miss out on that, you're like, oh shoot, I wanted to make that order.
Through the New Year's Day.
On shop.resistancechicks.com, all of our collections are insanely on sale. Plus, through New Year's Day, both of these go through the end of New Year's Day, you get to use promo code Christmas 2025. So every collection is already a reduced price because it's a collection. That will be the reduced price moving forward. Then you add to that, I have discounted every collection. I had to go back and individually do all these. It took me forever to extend this sale. I thought I could just change the date. No, because it had expired and is obviously I really mean it. So the sale has been extended for the collections on shop.resistancechicks.com. Then you get 10% off of that. And it's just crazy deal. We're like giving stuff away. Sherry says, I'm hoping to be in Kentucky Friday because I need to take presents to my grandkids that didn't fit in my son's vehicle. Oh, you have to help drive presents home? You must have given away a lot of presents. That's awesome. Wicked Psych says, I am not Catholic, but I do love the nativity scenes. We do too. I love them. Love, love, love them.
I love them.
And thank you for these. These are so wonderful.
Kind that look real.
Yeah, I know, right? Or we should do a live one right in our front yard. Bring the pigs and chickens up front.
My friend Barb, though, I don't know how it's possible, but she has like 150 pieces to one of those.
Oh, one of those really fancy nativities. Oh, wow.
How do you have that many?
I don't know. She probably got in Israel. They sell them there. All right. So those are the updates that we have. Don't forget if you want to send me your email. And also, we did our giveaway. And I have not mailed those yet, and I'm so sorry. And Kimberly had already asked me for the address of Jewel. I think you won her calendar. I haven't sent it to her yet. I'm so sorry. We've been busy.
We had to take a break.
But we are going to be doing our December giveaway at the beginning of January. We may do that on our Christmas or New Year's Eve special. So you can send me your emails for that. Like if you've never won a collection from any of our giveaways, you can sign up for that by sending me an email with your address at massfaith33@gmail.com. We might wait until next week to do that. Just kind of, we'll see. Because I don't want it to be on the night of the actual New Year's Eve thing. So we'll probably wait. But you have a couple days to send me your email for that. So I think that's it on the updates. We love you guys. God loves you. God bless. Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory if it's actually the truth. We'll see you next time right here from resistancechicks.com. And don't forget to use promo code Christmas 2025 at your checkout.
Absolutely adorable.
Are we allowed to show that? That chair is absolutely adorable. Show it. Don't just make sure you're not showing her phone number.
The people, maybe she doesn't want her name or last name out there.
Okay, well then you can cover it up. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Turn your phone around like this and cover it up. No, and then cover it with your finger like this.
Okay, you do it.
Okay, there we are. Isn't that what does it say on the chair?
Turn it. Is his name Rowan?
Oh, Bjorn.
Bjorn.
You're the worst. Did you finally get your contacts fixed? It's Bjorn Rowan. Oh, okay. You just didn't want to say Bjorn. You didn't know how to say it. That's the cutest chair though ever. That's adorable. I just zoomed it in there. I don't have to.
Okay, one song. What do you want to sing?
Oh, Shauna says can't wait for the calendar. Oh, and that by the way, my calendar is happening. I'm not gonna lie. I took time off for Christmas to work on it. But it is. I know you guys are excited about it, and I'm excited about it too. What song we didn't get to sing? You want to sing a hymn, right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I don't know. I don't.
The one I wanted to sing was "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas," but it doesn't feel that way outside. I just went outside.
68 degrees out.
It's balmy. It's
muggy.
Swimsuit weather.
Shorts for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't you dare.
I saw that come on the radio, and I was like, "That's another one we forgot to take off the list."
Oh my gosh. Well, we've just sung everything.
Sing we now of Christmas, sing.
No, well, sing we here. No, there's no lyrics to that. Mm-hmm. Sing we now of Christmas, Noel, sing we here.
That's good.
That's it.
That's
all you get.
Sing we Noel,
the King is born, Noel.
Okay, that was in my head earlier. We'll just sing Noel then. The first Noel, the angel did say, unto. Start over. Give me the lyrics.
I'm pulling them up right now. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is the most professional show on the internet. I don't know how many times I have to remind you people of that.
Noel, I was getting two of them mixed up. Let's try again, everyone. So here's the cool thing about singing. when you sing them with other people.
Because if you forget the lyrics, someone else has it right.
Yeah. We have some certain poor shepherds. Where's the card?
Poor
The card needs to tell the story. Where'd it go? I put it over here. Okay.
You're embarrassing. Which one of us had it right?
You did.
Oh, look at that.
Looky
Of
there,
course I
Kenneth.
did.
Of course you.
I listen to Christmas music all day long. The first.
That's gonna be too low.
You can start. We can start it higher if you want. The first Noel, the angel did say unto certain poor shepherds in fields where they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel.
It's like a little play.
They looked up and saw a star shining in the east, beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it
Was it really bright? You think that bright?
continued.
Did it really give light to the earth, you think?
You're interrupting your own song. Both day and night. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel. And by the light of that same star,
We fell down.
Came from country far. And no, do you want me to get it?
I need the verses.
To seek for a king was their intent, and to follow the star wherever it went.
There it is.
Let's go to the next verse.
Okay.
This star drew nigh to the northwest, o'er Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did both stop and stay, right over the place where Jesus lay. Then entered in those wise men three, full reverently upon their knee, and offer there in His presence their gold, myrrh, and frankincense. Then let us all with one accord sing praises to our heavenly Lord, that hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with His blood our lives has bought. Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel.
Good, you got it. Go, girl, you did it. You did it. I hope you enjoyed
really
our
high.
nativity play.
It was good though.
Thank you.
That was super
Matt.
high. Oh my
And
gosh.
Thank you guys. And Carrie, thank you guys for that. We really
You guys
appreciate
are
it.
amazing. We will see you for a New Year's Eve special on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Hopefully, right? 8 p.m.
Making it
Eastern Standard
happen.
Time Pray for Leah's back. I got to go give her all my mojos.
I'm going to go stand on the vibration.
You're going to go get that. And you can use... so for some reason, whatever show it was that we did with Kimberly, when we talked about the plate, I always have her promo code there because I just copy the whole show. So I think it's like Revelation Red Pill or Healing for the Fractured Soul. If you want Kimberly's promo code to save on the Life Pro, you can go there and click it. Nana says, I'm anxiously yet patiently waiting for your calendar. Gave one of Kimberly Vinzel's as a gift. Oh, that's awesome.
You guys are great.
Praise God. You guys are amazing. Okay, we will see you next time. I know I already signed off with the regular sign off, so I'm going to end with Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.